Oh, is it because the rock band's still playing?
Oh, we never plugged the audio board. Why is that twice that we got?
Wait, it was plugged in earlier.
No, we never plugged in the computer.
Oh, I don't know. Wait a minute. Oh, the cord's in the back. I just didn't plug it in here. I plugged it into the... You're good. Were you just like laughing?
Huh?
Were you just like laughing? What was so funny?
You, because Harrison goes 3, 2, 1 and points to you go. We good?
I didn't know we were good. I didn't see the thumbs up. I heard the 3 and then I was like... Welcome into beautiful White House Field. Nick Magas alongside Jack Sadighian on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Here to bring you this matchup between the Wareham Gatemen and the Harwich Mariners. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We've got a good one tonight. Wareham comes in at 4-5-2, tied for second place in the West Division after a loss last night 4-0 to Bourne. Harwich lost 7-0 to Brewster last night. They fell to 4-6-1. Bringing up the rear in the East Division of the Cape Cod Baseball League, and we're ready to get it going here. First pitch set to come your way in just about 6 minutes on this audio-only broadcast. It'll be 6:30 local time for first pitch. Christian Rubeck on the mound for the Gatemen. We've seen him in a couple isolated appearances this year, 2 innings on the year, 2 separate appearances, and he's been really good to this point.
Yeah, he has. He came off kind of a tough year at Oklahoma, Nick. But 2 clean innings and 5 of his 6 outs via strikeout. So he's looked strong here to start the Cape League season.
Yeah, they weren't just clean innings, they were dominant. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings pitched. And then Spencer Geesting on the other side for the Mariners.
Yeah, a guy that we've seen once this summer on the 26th of June against Falmouth. 2 2/3. He gave up 4 earned off of 1 hit and 4 walks. Got a little bit roughed up, so we'll see if he can improve in his second appearance.
Go through the lineups a little bit. Want to start with a couple guys that stand out to you before we get into top to bottom who these guys are putting out on the field to start the ball game. For the Gatemen, it was a tough night offensively last night. Who are you looking for to bounce back tonight, Jack?
It was a tough night, and the guy that I'm really looking at is Cade Kern. He's hitting 200 right now, but he has 2 homers and 11 RBIs. 11 RBIs is top 10 in the Cape League. And he's come up with some big hits, but 1 for his last 12, and he's struggled recently at the plate, getting behind in counts early and just swinging at pitches that really aren't very good pitches. So we'll see if he could turn it around. And then the other guy that I'm looking at is Jack Brannigan. He's been off to a slow start in the Cape League, but I think he can explode against Hyannis in his last appearance July 2nd. 1 for 1, he drew 2 walks and was hit by a pitch. So discipline at the plate from him in that one. And I think he's starting to move in an upward direction here in his Cape League season.
Yeah, plate discipline will be a big thing for both of those guys. Brannigan joined the team a little bit late this year and has had a little trouble working into the rotation in the designated hitter spot tonight. He'll be batting 7th. Cade Kern as well, just a little bit overzealous after a good start to the season, swinging at some pitches early in counts that we wouldn't normally like to see him swinging at. And then we do need to touch on Anthony Frechette in the 9 spot tonight, making his first start behind the plate for the Gatemen.
Yeah, Frechette has been the main starter at catcher for George Washington the last 3 years. Teammates with Cade Fergus, who's leading things off for the Gatemen today. But started 41 games at catcher. That's the most games caught out of anybody in the Atlantic 10 this past year. Just average at the plate hitting-wise, but strong defensively.
All right, we'll flip it over to the other side. For Harwich, the man in the middle of the order in the 3 spot tonight playing third base, Brock Wilkin. Probably one of the biggest stories in the Cape League thus far.
Yeah, you highlighted him in the open. 302, 2 home runs. Hasn't had a homer for about a week now. His last homer was June 27th against Chatham, but he's got a big bat, and the nickname for him on this Harwich team is Bomber because He hits a lot of bombs, Nick. 17 this past year at Wake Forest.
Do we know that's why? Or is that just speculation? We had the lineup come to us earlier before the ball game, and half the.
Why do you nickname anyone Bomber? Because they hit bombs.
I guess, but lineup came through and it was half nicknames. We were trying to decipher who everybody was. So we'll send it to a break for now. Be back with the first pitch in a couple of minutes. Stay with us on the Gatemen Baseball Network. We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize
the Yawkey Foundation, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod,
Badger Sport, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys,
Fairway Financial, Ocean Spray, Seaside Le Mans, Rogers Gray, Franklin Sports,
Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce,
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce,
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the express written permission of the Wareham Gatemen. Use of camera or video equipment must not interfere with other fans' enjoyment of the game.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal.
So the Mariners have taken the field, and we are set to play baseball here in Harwich. Nick Magas alongside Jack Sadighian. Around the outfield for the Mariners, it'll be Press Kavanaugh, Chris Newell, and Jordan Beck from left to right. Around the infield, Brock Wilkin, Zach Preisner, Hal Hughes, and Carter Putz from third to first. And then Spencer Geesting on the mound throwing to his battery mate, Aaron McKeithen. Top of the first inning, the Gatemen will bat first. It'll be Cade Fergus, Tommy Troy, and Cade Kern to lead it off. Gatemen with 3 hits last night in a 4-0 loss to Bourne. 2 of those 3 hits aren't in the lineup tonight. Jimmy Crooks not in the lineup. Jim Jarvis not in the lineup as well. They were 2 of the 3 hits for the Gatemen. So the only man who put a ball into the outfield last night that got down for a hit was Owen Diodati. He's in his usual cleanup spot for Wareham tonight.
Yeah, and it was just a tough game for Wareham offensively because they hit some balls well that Bourne made nice plays on. Cade Fergus, I know for a fact, was robbed out of 2 base hits, and one of them would have been an RBI in right field. An amazing diving catch by Kyler Fedko prevented a run from coming in from Wareham. Retired the side. I believe that was in the 6th or the 7th inning. But it was a tough night last night and a big shakeup in the lineup today. We see Morales moving to shortstop. It's just his second game. Brannigan back in the lineup after not being in the lineup. Frechette making his debut. So quite a few shakeups for the Gatemen today.
And then Cade Fergus moving from the 9 spot where he normally hits for the Gatemen into the leadoff spot tonight. So taking over Jim Jarvis's role in that leadoff spot after Morales, as you said, moved over to shortstop. This will be the first game that we've seen Jim Jarvis not start at one of those 2 middle infield positions. So 6:35 Eastern Time, and we're set for first pitch as Cade Fergus digs into the right-handed batter's box. The Gatemen wearing their navy blue uniforms with red numbers, gray pants. All cream uniforms on the other side for the Mariners. As the windup and the first pitch from Spencer Geesting is swung through and missed from Cade Fergus.
Fergus, as I just mentioned, robbed yesterday. A line drive up the middle that was caught by the pitcher Graceffo.
He finished that game hitless as he takes a breaking ball inside, evens the count at 1.
And a beautiful line drive to right field that was caught on a dive. So he should still be encouraged coming into this game.
Fouls that one off his foot. Let's take a walk outside the batter's box for a moment. He falls down 1-2.
It's got to be interesting for him being in the leadoff spot, though. I kind of like him there, though, because he's 4 for 14. He's also drawn 7 walks on the season. So he's proven that he knows how to get on base.
That he does. But in a hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High fastball. Taken evens the count at 2.
He's so confident with his takes. He'll take pitches that are relatively close to the strike zone. Not think twice about it.
The 2-2 from Geesting. That's a breaking ball. Just missed the top of the... Called him out. Excuse me. Strike 3.
Talk about a late strike call.
Late strike call and a quiet strike call. It'll take him just a minute to get used to that here. But on the first batter of the ballgame, Cade Fergus goes down looking. And man number 1 for the Gatemen is retired. So Tommy Troy coming into the box now for the Gatemen. He was 0 for 4 last night. Comes into this one 5 for 15 on the year since he came on late out of Stanford, arriving just last week from the College World Series. He sends the first pitch he sees out of play. Geesting, the left-hander, delivers a high fastball to Troy. Takes it upstairs, 1-1.
Troy's a great addition for the Gatemen. He's been great through the first 4 games he's played in.
Geesting trying again with the high breaking ball. That one missed upstairs. He rung up Cade Fergus just a moment ago on that same pitch. Now 1 out and the base is empty here in the top of the first inning. High fly ball off the bat of Troy. That's twisting out of play to the right side. We'll do it again, 2-2.
Troy was another guy last night, had some quality at-bats. He fouled off 5 or 6 pitches in 1 at-bat where he ended up striking out.
That was the story of the night for the Gatemen. Quality at-bats across the board. Now the 2-2 to Troy. That one's lifted straight above the plate. Aaron McKeithen calling off the infield from behind the plate, now moving back on it and makes the catch. It wasn't pretty, but he got the job done as that ball was carrying back toward the infield. He made the call early, got rid of the mask, and got out number 2 for his pitcher.
He was directly on the back end of the makeshift home plate dirt diamond behind the plate, and then had to dramatically move to his left by about 3 yards at the very end. Still able to make the catch, though. Nice job.
Cade Kern in the box now, takes ball 1 low and inside. No wind here today at White House Field. One of the first ball games, at least in recent memory, where there hasn't been any wind. The weather has finally started to improve here after 4 or 5 hot days in a row and then 4 or 5 days of rain consecutively to follow that up. Now it's 70 degrees and sunny as Cade Kern swung through strike 1. Now a 1-1 count with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Fouls that one straight back. Healthy dose of fastballs in the early going from Spencer Giesting. That one coming in at 91 miles per hour. Giesting out of the windup. That one's chopped to shortstop. Picked up by Preisner and across the diamond for out number 3. So a 6-3 putout to end the top of the first inning. We're still scoreless here in Harwich. Back in a moment.
Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Baseball Factory is a company specializing in player development and college placement of high school baseball players. We care about guiding players to a college that is the perfect fit. Give us a call at 877-752-6025 to get started today.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Baseball Factory's vision is to guide both players and parents through the college recruiting process and to professionally train players in order to find a school that is the right fit, both academically and athletically. Contact us at 877-752-6025.
Come on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located on Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the delicious eats or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. BB's is one of our team meal partners.
Here for the bottom of the first inning as the Gatemen take the field for the first time this evening. Striding up the mound is Christian Rubeck, the right-hander out of Oklahoma. And while he had his control issues this year, he's been really good in the early part of this season for the Gatemen.
I'll be interested to see what they do with him tonight, whether he gets an extended start or it's just sort of an opener and a bullpen day for Wareham. We don't have the details on that, so we'll have to see. But through 2 innings, 2 separate appearances, clean, and 5 strikeouts.
Rubeck played last season at Oklahoma, but is currently in the transfer portal. Not sure where he'll end up yet, but starting a ball game for the first time here in Cape Cod, and the first pitch is swung on, grounded back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Tatum Levins was the man at the plate to lead it off for Harwich, and he sent a ground ball right back where it came from and is aboard to start the bottom of the first inning.
Oh, that's a little bit of a bad break to start for Rubeck. That took a nice hop for Levins off the mound and just out of the reach of Morales. Good job connecting, though, and shooting the ball back up the middle to get the first hit of the ball game.
That's the biggest question mark for Morales, is how he'll fare defensively at shortstop in what we believe is his first game playing there in a long time.
Yeah, he played third base for Miami this past season and had his struggles over there on the third base bag. He looked good at third last night. but moving over to short today. So
for him, the arm strength is there, but the range is the question mark. We'll see if he can fill in at shortstop for Jim Jarvis as effectively as we hope. Line drive driven back into center field. Fergus giving chase, reaches up, makes the catch. Cade Fergus laying out to the backhand side and snags extra bases away from Press Kavanaugh.
Oh, man. Cade Fergus with a huge catch for the first out of the ball game, and Rubeck gives him a point and says, thank you very much for that. That saves a double, most likely bouncing back to the wall.
A beautiful play by Cade Fergus, the best defensive center fielder on this Gatemen team and probably one of the best defensive center fielders in this whole league. Lays out to rob Kavanaugh of a hit. First pitch from Rubeck is a strike to Brock Wilkin, the 3-hitter tonight.
Fergus's range is unbelievable. I mean, he could cover so much ground so quickly, and he takes pretty good routes as well.
Pickoff throw to first base. Levens remains on first after the single to lead off the Harwich half of this inning. Wilkin hitting .302 on the year. He's the batter now. 2 home runs for this Harwich team. And swings through a breaking ball from Rubeck, falls down 0-2.
Nice job. Started out with a few fastballs, went breaking ball there, and Wilkin was way out in front of it. Wilkin, the most dangerous man in this Mariner lineup, hitting over .300, also has a couple homers as well.
Rubeck out of the stretch, checks the runner. Now kicks and fires. Breaking ball low and away. Tried to get him to chase 0-2, but puts up the first ball of the at-bat on Brock Wilkin. Rubeck once again working from the belt. Delivers the 1-2. That's low and away. It was a fastball that just missed. Received by Anthony Frichette behind the plate for the first time this season for the Gatemen. Runner on first, 1 out, 2-2 count on Brock Wilkin. Here's the pitch. Skied to the right side. That one's twisting out of play toward the forest, and all the young fans here in Harwich will race after it into the trees.
You got to be careful. A couple of them just ran into a tree.
Ran into a tree, ran into each other. If that keeps up all night, somebody's going to get hurt.
It's the most young kids I've seen chasing after foul balls, though, at any ballpark. And this is a beautiful ballpark here in Harwich.
It really is. The fans have come out in full force this evening. Helps that it's a beautiful day, but the grass is as green as we've seen it anywhere on the Cape. Surrounded by forest on all 4 sides here. As that one skied towards center field, Fergus going back on it once again. He has a beat on this one, and he'll make the play. Wilkin turned on a breaking ball, gave it a ride, but not deep enough to get over the head of Cade Fergus, who has now retired 2 straight batters in this inning. The second one a little bit less impressive than the first.
Well, this is a little concerning for Rubeck, though, because he has now given up 3 hard-hit balls, a hard-hit grounder up the middle, and 2 really well-hit balls to center that Fergus made nice plays on. That cannot become a theme as he goes a few innings into this ballgame. We'll see how deep he goes tonight. He hasn't pitched more than an inning in the Cape League.
Leadoff hit from Levens is stranded at first for the time being. Jordan Beck, the cleanup hitter, steps in now. He's starting in right field tonight for the Mariners. Took ball 1 from Rubeck a moment ago. Now gets into the right-handed batter's box and waits for the second pitch of the at-bat. It's another fastball. That one's low and away. Fergus, a couple nice plays out in center field for the Gatemen. It's Owen Diodati in left and Cade Kern in right, as we've seen for most of this season. Justin Williams is at third. We mentioned Yohandy Morales at shortstop, Tommy Troy at second, and Angelo Despina at first base for the Gatemen. The 2-0 catches the top of the zone. It was a breaking ball at 76 miles per hour, but located it well enough. Jordan Beck decides to take, and it's 2-1. Levens leads off first. Now a throw over there from Rubeck. He's back in time. Slight breeze blowing out toward left field, but a pretty still day otherwise. Fastball low and away. Hitters count now for Jordan Beck.
Rubeck's just struggling to locate the fastball, Nick. It keeps missing low and away. He's got to find a way to get that into the zone. His breaking ball's been pretty decent, but if they don't respect the fastball, it's hard to establish the breaking ball inside the strike zone.
The 3-1 missed outside. It was the fastball again in the same spot. Just a little bit away that time, and Rubeck appears to be overthrowing a little bit in the early part of his start. See that a lot of times when a pitcher's missing glove side. Just a little too amped up, especially for a guy like Rubeck who isn't used to starting ball games, making his first Cape League start.
Yeah, and he wasn't used to that at Oklahoma this past year either.
So with runners at first and second now, Anthony Vrichette steps out from behind the plate to give the infielders the signs. Now he settles back in behind the dish and calls time once again. He'll step back out.
This Harwich lineup is extremely top-heavy. I mean, their first 5 hitters are phenomenal, all great hitters, and then you move into the last 4, and it's guys that either haven't seen a ton of Cape League action or haven't hit well on the Cape so far.
The batter now, Carter Putz, who steps in and takes strike 1 from Rubeck.
And Carter Putz is an example of a guy that's playing well. 296 hitter, a couple RBIs. He's 0 for his last 6, so he's still looking for his first July hit.
Putz down 0-1. Rubeck checks the runner at second, now delivers a fastball low. Still struggling to find the strike zone with that fastball. The breaking ball has looked good early, but just in the early going, really trying to settle in. He has a runner at first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. It was a leadoff single from Levens and then a Jordan Beck walk a moment ago that put the runners where they are. Now a 1-1 count to Putz. Inside pickoff move to second base. No throw goes over.
I don't think you need to be too concerned about the base runners right now. You got 2 outs. Focus on the batter. Try and get that last out.
The batter is Carter Putz. That one's grounded to the first base side. Despina over toward the line to pick it up. He'll take it himself, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. It was hit hard, but not hard enough to get down the line. So Rubeck, after facing a little bit of trouble, gets out of the inning unscathed. We'll go to the top of the 2nd right here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to coordinating and delivering the highest quality healthcare services which enhance the health of all Cape Cod residents and visitors. You can expect this level of patient-centered care throughout our entire healthcare system.
Imagine waking up to a seaside breeze, a fishing fleet leaving for work, and a crimson sun rising over seals relaxing on the sandbars. This is the experience of Chatham Bars Inn, Cape Cod's premier resort and spa. To learn more about Cape Cod's finest luxury hotel, resort, and spa, visit chathambarsin.com.
Cape Cod Healthcare offers a comprehensive array of medical services delivered by top-notch teams of healthcare providers. Their physicians provide the best evidence-based and proven medicine at their state-of-the-art facilities. If you need them, they'll be there.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the Cape Cod Baseball League and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to providing tools and resources for your sustained well-being. We recognize the vital role of
Top of the 2nd as Owen Diodati strides to the plate for the Gatemen. Starting in left field as he usually does, hitting in the cleanup spot for Wareham in a tie ball game, 0-0. Moving into the second inning, Nick Magas alongside Jack Sadighian on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Spencer Giesting back on the mound for his second inning of work. Features a fastball, a changeup, and a slider, as we saw in the first inning where he made quick work of the Gatemen, sitting them down in order. As Diodati goes after the first pitch, sends it sky high to center field. Chris Newell on to make the catch for out number 1.
I like that from Diodati. He was more patient at the plate last night, swung at less first pitches, but he ended up just getting behind the count. So he said, I'm going to be aggressive tonight. Swings at the first pitch, just got a little too far under it, but not a bad first plate appearance for him.
Morales in the box now as Giesting gets the slider over for strike 1. Morales made his first start for the Gatemen last night. Now sends a ground ball toward the shortstop, gloved by Preisner on to first. Scoop is not made. The throw was there in time, but it was low. Carter Putz couldn't dig it out, and now the ball goes out of play. So Yohandy Morales on second base now after reaching on what I believe will be scored as a base hit. Should be scored as a base hit, as that would have been a very tough play for Zach Preisner.
Well, that was impressive, his range to get to the ball. Spun around, tried to throw it to first. But they gave Morales a single.
He'll advance to second, though, on a throw
on
in
the air. Yep, exactly.
So he's now at second base with 1 out in the top of this second inning. And he represents the first trouble that Spencer Giesting has faced in this ballgame. The tall southpaw out of the stretch now as he checks the runner and throws the first pitch to Justin Williams, who takes it upstairs for a ball.
Justin Williams, a tough night last night, but he has still hit 3 home runs in the last 3 games, Nick. 2 against YD on June 30th and another against Hyannis a few days ago.
Williams, the right-hander, at the plate now, takes a breaking ball upstairs. So count goes 2-0 on the third baseman out of Penn State. Morales, the runner at second base for the Gatemen with 1 out here in the top of the second. Giesting the pitch. Sky high over the backstop and out of play.
And I don't know what just happened there where the communication broke down for Harwich, but they shut on the lights, or they put on the lights for the stadium right as that pitch went in. So Williams basically gets a flash of light in his face as that pitch is coming in.
Yeah, certainly not ideal, but
it
goes both ways. Giesting had a flash of light in his face, too, as he was
Sure.
delivering the pitch. So
just a little thing, but, you know, that kind of stuff can affect the game.
He got it over the plate. It was fouled off by Williams. Now the 2-1, swung through and missed.
Williams has been similar to Kern in that when he connects, the ball flies, but he's just struggled connecting with the baseball.
Williams digs in, waits for the 2-2 pitch. Gets a good one, fouls it straight back.
Yeah, that was an elevated fastball. Had a chance, but couldn't square it up.
So we try it again at 2-2. Yohandy Morales out of Miami, still the man running from second base. Infield single and then advanced there on an error just a moment ago. Still 1 away in the top of the second inning. The pitch from Giesting. Popped up, right-hand side. Over there is Putz, but he runs out of room.
That's a little bit out of our vision, but I believe it landed just past the Gatemen dugout. Good effort by Putz.
Yes, it was, but one way or another, it was out of play.
Right.
And so the third try at a 2-2 pitch after Williams fouled off the first 2 offerings in this count. No runs on 1 hit for the Gatemen, no runs on 1 hit for the Mariners. Here we are in the top of the second inning. Pitch to Williams, checks it up, Yes, he did. That's strike 3.
Well, he knew he did too. He tried to move his bat back, but he knew right when he swung at the pitch that he was going to get rung up.
But he stayed in the box an extra
Yep.
beat, just a wing
Just
and
to
a prayer to
confirm.
figure out if anyone was actually going to call him on it, or if maybe everybody in the ballpark just closed their eyes for a split second and didn't see it.
Yeah, worth a try.
So Williams is retired. That's out number 2 in the second. And Jack Brannigan steps to the plate for Wareham. Morales still in scoring position at second base, and Brannigan takes strike 1.
Nice curveball being established here by Giesting. And it's pairing well with his fastball.
Giesting, mainly a relief pitcher. 27 appearances this year at UNC Charlotte, just 4 starts. But getting the start here for the Mariners tonight. Throws a fastball, that one fouled off to the right. Brannigan quickly down 0-2.
Brannigan's had a slow start to his Cape League season, but coming off a game against Hyannis a few days ago, where he got a hit, drew a couple walks, was also hit by a pitch, so he reached all 4 times he came up. See if he can replicate that success here. He's behind 0-2, so I'll have to shorten up his swing a little bit and be a little bit more defensive.
That's the goal for Brannigan. No balls and 2 strikes. Morales running from second as he takes a fastball high. Brannigan, the designated hitter tonight, has been switching off at the hot corner with Justin Williams, who struck out a moment ago. Expect to see Yohandy Morales working his way into that rotation as well, but he starts at shortstop this evening. As the 1-2 to Brannigan, breaking ball stayed up. Count goes 2-2.
2 good takes by Brannigan. He's worked his way back into the count. This might be the best pitch he sees at 2-2 in this at-bat. I'm guessing he's going to get a fastball.
Giesting certainly doesn't want to go full, and the fastball has been his best pitch to this point. Here it comes to Brannigan. Fastball it is, he fouls it off.
Good job by Brannigan. You knew he was probably going to come with the fastball. He's able to connect, stay alive in the at-bat. Now you force him to make a decision of whether to throw it again or to go to the breaking ball on another 2-2 pitch.
Brannigan has had his struggles, as you said, Jack, but keeping up with the trend here for the Gatemen of quality at-bats. Working counts deep, working the starter deep. As we try again with the 2-2. Another breaking ball stays up, and now it goes full.
All of a sudden, his curveball's not hitting. That's 2 straight that have been up in the zone.
Just trying to reestablish that release point is Spencer Giesting. Had it early, but has left a few high in this at-bat to Jack Brannigan. Runner still in scoring position, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Count is 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. And never a doubt, that's strike 3. Brannigan took a 3-2 pitch right down the middle, and he is retired to end the top of the second inning. The Mariners coming up when we come back. It is a scoreless ball game here from Harwich.
Earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. In-person and high-flex classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about the programs in business, accounting, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
That home run's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. Another scholarship for a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want.
Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreational management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science online at www.currycollege.edu.
Scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the second inning. Nick Magas alongside Jack Sadighian from Harwich. Chris Newell coming to the plate for the Mariners. Gatemen threatened with one runner on the base paths last inning, but it was Yohandy Morales stranded at second base after Giesting buckled down and got out of the inning. So the first pitch from Rubeck, as he's out there for his second inning of work, is a breaking ball taken low and away from Newell. And he sends the second pitch he sees into left field, and it's down for a base hit. 2 innings, 2 leadoff men aboard for the Mariners.
Rubeck was able to get out of trouble in the first, but had a lot of balls that have been hit hard off of him. Now 6 batters into the game, and I've seen 4 hard-hit balls, arguably 5 out of those 6 batters.
That was Newell's first hit of the Cape League season. Joined the team just a few days ago. Was hit by a pitch in his first and only plate appearance to this point. But now coming up to face Rubeck for the first time, singles to lead off the inning, and he's aboard with Aaron McKeithen, the catcher, coming to the plate. Takes strike 1. Locating the fastball was really Rubeck's main problem in the first inning. He could get the breaking ball over the plate when he needed to, but was pulling the fastball to the glove side. As now Newell takes off with the pitch, the first throw down of the season from Frechette, and he's in safely. Anthony Frechette getting his first start behind the plate for the Gatemen. Newell testing him early, took off with the pitch, and the throw is to the shortstop side of the bag. So he slides in, and now a runner at second base with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Good pop time, good velocity on the throw. It was just inaccurate. And the tag had to come sweeping across the bag, which is difficult to do. Newell was able to beat it in.
Newell now gets a lead off second base. Aaron McKeithen is the batter. He faces a 1-1 count and calls for time. Rubeck checks the runner at second. Now there's a high fly ball to the right side of the infield. Despina calling everybody off, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Despina was busy last night with pop-outs, and he gets one early in this one in the second inning. There were 3 or 4 in foul territory that he went and caught last night against Bourne.
Helps that there's so much room in foul territory at the ballpark in Wareham at Spillane Field.
A lot of these ballparks have a good amount of foul territory on each side.
White House Field is one of them. Plenty of space between the third base line and the dugout on that side, as well as the first pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Zach Preisner, the batter, and Yohandy Morales picks it up and gets the putout.
Yohandy's first real test over at short. And the ball hit the lip and took a bit of an awkward low hop, but he does a good job backhanding it and firing it to first. Remember, this is a guy who normally plays third base for Miami, so new for him to be at shortstop, and he made a nice play on that grounder.
Rubeck gave up the leadoff single. That runner made it to second with nobody out, but now 2 away in the bottom of this second inning. Hal Hughes is the batter for the Mariners, and a breaking ball gets away from Rubeck, hit him in the shoulder.
Yeah, that pitch just got away from Rubeck. That's not a great guy to hit, though. Hal Hughes is not known for his bat. He's known for having a great glove at Rice, but he's a career, 240 hitter in 4 seasons of college baseball. Now instead you bring up Levens, who's hitting 286 on the Cape League season coming into this game, and hit a single up the middle his first time up.
Rice started 109 games as a shortstop for LSU before transferring to Rice. And the top of the order now coming up. Ground ball to the right side. Sliding stop by Tommy Troy cuts down the lead runner at second base, and that's the final out of the inning. So once again, Rubeck in a little bit of trouble to start it off, but battles out of the inning. We remain scoreless in the second inning, going to the third. Nick Magas and Jack Sadighian will be back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Whether you are recently retired or still working, Fairway Financial can help you create clearly defined retirement income strategies to help protect your wealth, create guaranteed income for life, and provide a legacy for your family. We are committed to earning your trust by thoroughly understanding your goals and dreams and helping you gain greater financial confidence. To learn more, visit Fairway Financial in South Yarmouth or go to fairwayfinancial.net.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at www.curry.edu. The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship. Franklin is proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. This summer, all 10 teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From the Cape
Nothing game as we enter the top of the third on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. Spencer Geesting still on the mound after 2 scoreless. He's got 3 strikeouts to this point. And it'll be Despina, Frechette, and Fergus, the 8-9-1 hitters, coming up for the Gatemen in the third.
Well, Geesting has been good so far. He's had the full mix working. Fastball, the slider, and the changeup.
Gatemen have had 1 base runner as the first pitch to Despina swung on and missed. That was Morales in the last inning, singled, advanced to second on an error, but was left stranded there after 2 straight strikeouts. Despina, a .216 hitter, had a solo home run against Orleans, his only homer and RBI this season, as that pitch is in for another strike. Curveball at the knees. So no balls and 2 strikes to Despina. It's been a little cold recently, 1 for his last 13. The 1 was the homer against Orleans. That was on the 29th of June. 0-2, breaking ball missed inside.
Despina did a nice job last night after falling down in a couple counts, battling back. Finished the night hitless, but a couple good at-bats from Angelo, who leads the team with 16 strikeouts.
1-2. Check swing didn't go around as the ball was in the dirt.
He gets down 0-2 fairly often, but pitchers don't like to pitch to him when he is in that situation. They know what kind of power he has, and they'd rather keep the ball out of the zone and ask him to chase as opposed to throw him fastballs in the zone.
2-2's a fastball upstairs. That was 3 straight pitches, nowhere particularly close to the strike zone, and it's now a full count to Despina. Despina started at first every game this season for the Gatemen. Payoff pitch is called strike 3. Another late strike 3 call from our home plate umpire, Joseph Hilton. But that's a 3rd straight strikeout for Geesting and his 4th tonight. One away in the top of the third, scoreless between the Gatemen and the Mariners, their first meeting in 2021. Nobody on for the 9-hitter, Anthony Frechette. First pitch to him is to the backstop. Frechette, the catcher out of George Washington, .260 hitter with a home run and 19 RBIs this past season.
Started 41 of 44 games this year.
Yeah, that was the most games caught in the Atlantic 10.
First start tonight for the Gatemen in the 9 spot.
That one rifled out to right field, and it's an easy grab for Beck, who only has to move a couple steps to his left. So 2 away, still nobody on in a scoreless top of the third for the leadoff man, Cade Fergus. Struck out looking his first time up. Two teams that have almost identical records. Wareham at 4-5-2 and Harwich at 4-6-1. First pitch to Fergus, cut on and missed.
Well, Fergus, who is normally a very disciplined hitter, drawn 7 walks on the season. Just jumping on a few too many pitches early in counts in his last few ball games.
That pitch misses low. So now a ball and a strike to Fergus. One, fastball low.
Fergus made a beautiful defensive play out in center field, moving back on a hard line drive in the first inning.
That pitch, shot up the middle, that'll get down. Fergus with a 2-out single. And he's aboard as a lone base runner for Tommy Troy. Scoreless game in the top of the third. Fergus now the leading run over at first. And Troy comes up after popping out in foul territory to the catcher McKeithen his last time up.
Tommy Troy now 5 for 16 on the season. The bats had been quiet for the Gatemen almost the entire season until he showed up. Came out of Stanford, played his first game in the lineup at Orleans. And that's really where the bats came to life. The Gatemen put up 10 runs in that game and have been putting the ball in play ever since.
The bats trending in the right direction until last night when the Gatemen were shut out by Bourne in a 4-0 loss. Trying to get him back on track today, though. And get back to 500 as well. First pitch to Troy is skied into the air. That is drifting into fair territory on the first base side. Putts settling under it, and he makes the catch. So a 2-out single for Cade Fergus, but he's left on first. And we're still scoreless as we enter the bottom of the third on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Located on the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Discover Keystone Place, the best option in Cape Cod.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Scoreless game as we enter the bottom of the third. Rubeck on the mound for his third inning of work. So after throwing 2 separate one-inning appearances, he's now out for a third inning and has run into a little bit of trouble but worked his way around it in the first 2, Nick.
Well, he could be one of those guys for the Gatemen trying to work from a reliever role into a starting role. We don't know that for sure. We haven't had the chance to talk to him about that specifically, but we saw it from Gilbert, we saw it from Clayton, and wouldn't be surprised to see Rubeck trying to do a similar thing here in Summer League.
He's been okay through 2. Hasn't given up any runs. He'll have Kavanaugh to start the last of the third and starts him off with a strike. Kavanaugh flew out to center on a diving catch by Fergus his first time up. Well-hit line drive. 0-1 looped into left field. Diodati charging. It'll get down. A third straight leadoff single for the Mariners. This time it's Press Kavanaugh. He's aboard on first with nobody out and is the leading run in the bottom of the third.
Well, Anthony Frechette behind the plate for the Gatemen needs to be taking notes on that. 2 at-bats for Press Kavanaugh. He's seen a total of 3 pitches and hit 2 of those 3 fairly hard. So the approach for him the next time he comes up needs to be stay away from him early in counts. Make him chase if you know he's going to be aggressive early like that.
Brock Wilkin at the plate now. First pitch to him, breaking ball for a strike. Wilkin, the third baseman from Wake Forest, had a deep fly out to center his first time up.
Mentioned before the game, broke the freshman home run record at Wake Forest. 17 home runs in 2021.
No shortage of power from him. 0-1 is a curveball out of the zone. And he already has 2 homers this summer. That leads the Mariners.
He quieted down a little bit in the past week, but through week 1 in this Cape Cod League, he was the league leader in just about every, or in one of the top 5 in the league in just about every offensive category.
1-1 pitches outside. Partly cloudy day here in Harwich. Relatively cool out. Nice breeze into left. 2-1 in the dirt, blocked up by Frechette. Runner goes, and he's going to be safe at second without a throw. Kavanaugh saw Frechette struggling to block up the pitch and took advantage, getting to second. He's there with nobody out, and it's a 3-1 count for Brock Wilkin. Still scoreless in the last of the third.
Well, this doesn't look like a great situation for Rubeck, but a runner on second and nobody out is exactly where he was in the bottom of the second inning, and he navigated out of that without any more trouble.
3-1 pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Full count now for Brock Wilkin, nicknamed Bomber on the Harwich scorecard. I'll let you guess as to how he got that nickname. A look to second. Here's the payoff pitch. Just low. Came with the fastball. And Wilkin walks. Runners on first and second. Still nobody out in the last of the third. Scoreless between Harwich and Wareham in their first meeting in 2021. Both teams looking for a win as the Gatemen are in a 3-way tie for second in the West. And Harwich is at the bottom of the East standings, but it's a very tight East division with all the teams within 5 points of each other. Jordan Beck coming to the plate. Walked his first time up. One of 2 base runners left stranded in the first. Already been 4 base runners left on by Harwich in the first 2 innings. They have 2 on now with nobody out. First pitch to Beck. Curveball for a strike.
Well, that's been the one bright spot in Rubeck's performance so far. That breaking ball has been working for him. He's found the zone with it a number of times. And when the fastball hasn't been his friend, he's really gone to his number 2 pitch as the one he can get over for a strike.
Working from the belt. Steps off. 0-1 count on Jordan Beck, the right fielder from Tennessee. Beck had a big year this past year. 15 homers, 64 RBIs for the Volunteers. 0-1. Fastball, there's a strike at the knees.
13 of those 15 home runs for Beck came in the regular season. That was 8th in the Southeastern Conference. Finished the year with 55 regular season RBIs. That was 3rd in the conference.
Tennessee team that made it to the CWS. Lost 2 straight games there. 0-2 pitch. Well inside. Frechette lost it. No advance from the runners. There was a little bit of confusion on the base pass. Kavanaugh didn't move off second. Wilkins started running from first, so he had to retreat back to the first base bag.
That was an interesting move by Rubeck there. He was looking at the second base bag, checking the runner over there until he actually lifted his leg and started his delivery. He was still looking at second base. And some pitchers can do that very well, but it's something we haven't seen from Rubeck at all. And I have a feeling he just tried to see if he could run with that on the spot. It didn't work so well.
So still runners on first and second, nobody out. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Beck. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout for Rubeck, the first out in the bottom of the third. And the runners stay put at first and second, still scoreless here between Harwich and Wareham.
And that was the fastball you want to see from him. Dotted it on the lower outside part of the zone to the right-handed Beck, and it was too close to take, but impossible to do anything with. Just a befuddled swing from the big number 21.
Carter putts at the plate now. First pitch to him is outside, blocked up by Frechette, gets away, runners advance. Kavanaugh to third and Wilkin to second. Second wild pitch of the inning now for Rubeck, and that was a big one. Double play out of order and 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out in the last of the third.
Well, both of those wild pitches actually stayed in front of the catcher, Frechette. The pitches that he was able to body up but just not able to keep within the vicinity where he could get on them quickly and make a throw.
Putts grounded out to first on a hard hit ball his first time up. That pitch ground up the middle, it'll get through. 1 run scores. Wilkin holds up at third. Putts trying to advance to second, and he's in safely. Throw got cut off, turned back to second as Putts tried to advance, but he's in safely with an RBI single, advances to second on a throw, and there are still runners on second and third, but now Harwich up 1-0 in the last of the third. Still only 1 out. A lot happening on that play, Nick.
Well, a lot happening, and what Wareham actually did is they brought the infield in on that play.
Yes.
And I was a little bit surprised to see it, especially because it's so early in the game. And that was a routine ground ball that would have most likely been an out at first base had the infield been playing their normal positions. It would have given Morales at shortstop enough time to get over and cut down the runner at first, get the second out of the inning. Instead, they gambled. That ball got through for a base hit with the infield in, and what would have scored 1 run and they would trade the run for the out. Instead, it puts them in an even worse position with runners at second and third already down 1-0.
And it'll end Rubeck's day as well. He's done. New pitcher on the mound. We'll tell you about him when we come back. 1-0 Harwich.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soils is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit admakepeace.com or reedcustomsoils.com.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New Bedford area with real estate and business law, estate planning, and probate. Visit him today.
One nothing game in the bottom of the third. Gatemen in a little bit of trouble. There are 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. Rubeck chased out of the game. He goes 2 1/3, and he'll still be responsible for the 2 base runners. Already 1 earned run to his name off of 4 hits, a couple walks, and a hit batter. And to replace him, though, the right-hander Eli Saul. First time we've seen him this season.
Saul out of Vancouver, playing his college ball for Sacramento State. Coming off a bit of a tough year this year, but the stuff is there. The fastball will sit in the low to mid-90s, features a slider and a changeup as well, and he inherits a couple of runners at second and third. Those charged to Christian Rubeck will be charged if they do indeed come home to score.
Chris Newell coming up to the plate, righty-lefty matchup. Sewell singled his first time up, was left stranded on second in the last inning. First pitch to Sewell. is lifted into left field. That'll get foul. 1-0 Harwich lead, 2 runners in position, only 1 out in the bottom of the third. Rubeck ran into trouble in the first 2 innings, got out of it, but unable to get out of it and chased out of the game in the third. Saul in to try and clean up the mess in his first appearance for Wareham this summer. 0-1 to Newell, fastball low.
Newell with a couple of ducks on the pond here. He was a collegiate baseball preseason second-team All-American and backed that up with a pretty good year at Virginia.
1-1, fouled away. And his single his last time up was his first hit in the Cape League season.
First hit and first official at bat.
Right.
Just 1 plate appearance earlier in the season. He was hit by a pitch, so is now batting 1,000 on the year. Take a picture of that while you have the chance.
Center fielder from Virginia. 1-2, fouled over the left side. He was a second-team All-American in 2020 when he got out to that big start. 407 hitter, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs in just 18 games.
And he was also co-national freshman of the year in that
Yes.
same season. He hit 407 in the shortened 2020 season.
That pitch popped up in the infield. Tommy Troy chasing after it. He's now on the pitcher's mound and makes the catch. So 2 away in the bottom of the third. Still 2 runners in scoring position. And Aaron McKeithen, the catcher from Charlotte, heading to the plate, trying to add to a 1-0 Harwich lead. McKeithen popped out to first in his first time up. Coming out of UNC Charlotte, who made it to a regional this season.
And he was a big member of that team. Conference USA second team after transferring from State College of Florida after the 2020 season.
First pitch to him missed low. It was in the dirt. Yeah, pretty decent hitter. Great behind the plate. 1-0, fastball. Missed high.
I feel like we've said that a lot this year, and it's a good time to bring up that that's been a theme in baseball for about the last decade now. Catchers that are really, really good behind the plate, but not exactly known for their bats.
2-0, breaking ball in for a strike. Well, it's hard to be a great hitter and be great defensively with how strenuous the catching position is.
It is, but it also shows you what higher level leagues like this and what scouts value in a catcher, which is it's being really good behind the plate, and then they can fix you as a hitter from there.
2-1, chop to the left side, backhanded by Williams at third, throw across the diamond in time. Harwich gets 1 run off of 2 hits and a walk, but they leave 2 in scoring position. 1-0 game, 4th inning coming up.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New...
After the game, visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science is a proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. If you're looking for a career at sea, look to NMI's program of education, adventure, and employment on northeastmaritime.com, America's premier 2-year maritime college.
Get your glow on at Compassionate Med Spa. They're compassionate about getting your perfect skin. Come get your glow on. Call 774-678-7319. Mention this ad and get 25% off at Hydra Facial.
The Mezzaluna Restaurant is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serving some of Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
1-0 Harwich lead as we enter the top of the 4th. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. Giesting out for his 4th inning of work, and the Gatemen haven't been able to touch him through 3. Only a couple hits, but nothing outside of that offensively for Wareham.
Well, Giesting didn't have a great year at UNC Charlotte. He had an even worse outing his first time in the Cape Cod League, but has really come out in this game and buckled down. Part of that is because he doesn't throw a pitch that doesn't move. The fastball from a 3/4 slot from his left side runs away from right-handed hitters. The slider moves in on the right-handed hitters, and the changeup going down and away. So a 3-pitch mix for this guy, and he's had all 3 of them working and moving a lot in the early going.
In a lot of ways, Wareham lucky to only be down by a run to this point. Cade Kern coming to the plate. And the first pitch to him is in the dirt.
That's a good point you make, Jack. It wasn't a clean stat line for Rubeck, who came out of the ball game for the Gatemen after 2 1/3. 4 hits, a couple walks, a hits batsman, but they're down just 1-0 as we start this 4th inning.
1-0, breaking ball is in for a strike. Kern grounded out to short his first time up. 1-1 pitch, grounded weakly to short again. Scooped up by Preisner, throw to first in time.
That's been Giesting all night. Attacking hitters early in counts, throwing strikes, but with the movement he has, especially on that fastball, nobody has been able to barrel him up. Just 2 hits for the Gatemen, and one of them was a weakly hit infield single from Morales. So not much going other than Cade Fergus with a line drive base hit back up the middle with 2 outs in the 3rd.
1 out, nobody on in the top of the 4th. 1-0 Harwich lead, and Owen Diodati at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch to Diodati is lined up the middle for a base hit.
Well, when nothing is going well for the Gatemen, you can count on that guy to get something started. Owen Diodati has been the one guy in the lineup who has consistently put the bat on the ball all season. The batting average coming into today was .318, 4 home runs for him on the year so far, and he's just a guy you can rely on to get something started. Here he is on first base with 1 out in the top of the 4th.
It's a tying run on first for the Gatemen. Yohandy Morales at the plate. First pitch swung on and missed. Morales singled his first time up, advanced to second on an error, left stranded there in the 2nd.
Hitless last night in his first start with the Gatemen, so that was his first hit of the Cape Cod League season.
That pitch misses low. Giesting tried the fastball. Now a ball and a strike to Yohandy Morales, playing short today. Normally a third baseman. That's where he played this whole season for Miami. 1-1 pitch, fastball low again. Morales could be another potential power bat for the Gatemen. 11 home runs, 45 RBIs. That was 11th in the ACC. And he was a .531 slugger for the Hurricanes.
And he's just coming off his freshman year with plenty of room to grow. And there's a good number of reasons why scouts absolutely love him.
2-1 pitch, fastball upstairs.
Won't be draft eligible for a couple years, but has already drawn some comparisons to Carlos Correa with that long, lean frame. Able to play shortstop, but looks up to Fernando Tatis Jr. the most, is what he said.
Who wouldn't? The way he's been playing.
That's true.
3-1 pitch, fastball way out of the zone. So 4 straight fastballs missed badly, and Morales is aboard via walk. Runners on first and second now with 1 out. Gatemen starting to form a threat down 1 in the top of the 4th with Justin Williams coming to the plate.
Well, it'll be a meeting on the mound between McKeithen and Giesting. The battery mates will talk it over after, as you said, some fastballs just not finding the zone for Giesting, who had been really solid up to this point. This is the first time he's really gotten into any trouble and shown any kind of weakness, so really important for the Gatemen to capitalize here.
Now there's going to be a mound visit from pitching coach Steve Gruenberg. There is activity in the bullpen. Eric Raiselman out of the University of San Francisco warming up. But it doesn't seem like Gruenberg wants to pull Giesling here.
No, and no reason to at this point. Just a couple runners on with one out. He hasn't allowed a run yet, and he's been, as we've said a number of times now, very, very good to this point. So no reason to overreact in this situation. Just talking it over, settling him down, and letting him go at the Gateman batter coming up to the plate, Justin Williams.
Meeting broken up. Williams starting to dig into the right side. Lefty-righty matchup here with runners on first and second and one away in the top of the fourth. Harwich protecting a 1-0 lead. Gatemen have 2 base runners for the first time this ball game. Williams struck out his first time up. Giesting working from the letters. First pitch to Williams misses inside.
It's not the way you want to start the new at-bat if you're Giesting. Struggled against Morales with the control, and right there came with a slider inside that wasn't ever even a competitive pitch.
Williams waiting, bat wagging above his right shoulder. Giesting a look to second, 1-0 pitch, misses upstairs. That's now 6 straight balls from Spencer Giesting. And it's 2-0 to Justin Williams. Pitch coming from the stretch. Fastball up and out of the zone. 3 balls and no strikes now to Williams.
Now, I know Williams can swing the bat, but if you're him in this situation after seeing 7 straight balls, you're taking all the way.
See if Giesting can locate a fastball here. 3-0 pitch. Fastball for a strike. That was a take all the way for Williams. I still would be thinking strong take here, 3-1 though, Nick.
Well, 3-1, he's likely going to get a pitch to hit. Giesting has found the zone, and he's going to groove a fastball here.
Here's the pitch, fastball upstairs. 2 straight walks, and the bases are now loaded for the Gatemen. Still only 1 out in the top of the fourth. Harwich only up 1-0 as Jack Brannigan steps up to the plate. Big opportunity for Wareham.
And this has been a theme of the season, not just for the Gatemen, but around the league. When you have pitchers who haven't really started many ball games, Giesting strong through 3. That's kind of been the number to hit, getting into the 4th inning for these guys who come out. They pitch well through 3 innings, but trying to extend those outings into 4 and 5 innings for guys that haven't started in the past, trying to work into more of that game opener role. They start to unravel in the 4th. We saw it with Gilbert on our side. We saw it, with a few guys so far this year. So now Giesting will come out of this ball game after loading the bases with just 1 out.
That's Steve Englert, the manager, out on the mound in his 17th season. And it'll be a call to the bullpen. Tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Bases loaded for the Gatemen, trailing by 1 on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Mezzaluna Restaurant is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serving some of Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
Does your insurance agent know you by name, analyze your stats, and help you with your game plan? If the answer is no, then it's time to draft Morse Insurance. Their local team will get to know you, assess your risk, and develop a strategy to protect your home, auto, or business. Visit us online at morseins.com. #Morse, of course, has your back.
The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
Bases loaded in the top of the fourth for the Gatemen, and only one out as Jack Brannigan strides to the plate. Trying to get the Mariners out of trouble will be Eric Raiselman, as Spencer Giesting's day is done. 3 clean innings. But now through 3 1/3, he loads up the bases, and he's chased out of the game. He'll be responsible for all the base runners. Big opportunity for the Gatemen down 1 with Jack Brannigan at the plate.
CCBL debut for Eric Raiselman, coming off a season where he went 3-3, 6.17 ERA from San Francisco.
And he has a fastball changeup combination. Brannigan settled in. Righty-righty matchup here. Raiselman from the windup, the pitch, a fastball that misses low. Brannigan struck out his first time up, stared at a curveball for strike 3.
Had his struggles in the early going, 4 for 23 on the year.
1-0, fastball missed outside.
But all of that can go away if he can put a ball into the outfield here with the bases loaded and the Gatemen down 1.
Wareham been battling with trying not to leave runners in scoring position. It's been much improved the last few games. 2-0, fastball, and there's the first strike for Raiselman. So now 2-1 to Brannigan. Diodati on third, Morales on second, Williams on first. Only one out in the top of the fourth. Harwich up by 1. 2-1, grounded down the third base line, just foul.
Oh, boy. That was just foul. Let us emphasize that. It was an inside pitch that Brannigan turned on and just couldn't keep it inside the third base bag. Missed by about 6 inches.
And he may have broken his bat.
Sounded like he did on the pitch, and that is indeed what happened. So he'll take a walk to the dugout and trade it out.
Big 2-2 pitch coming here, Nick.
Icing the pitcher. Raiselman on the mound now for the Mariners, having just come into the ball game to face Brannigan. Inherited 3 base runners, and now has to think about this 2-2 pitch a little bit extra with Brannigan getting a new bat.
Brannigan trying to come up with his first RBI of the Cape League season. Was clutch in some moments in the postseason for Notre Dame. Has a 2-2 pitch coming with the bases loaded. Here it is. Fouled up and out of play.
Well, this is the situation to do it. The bases are loaded, just 1 out, so if he can avoid the double play ball here, he'll be in a good position to drive in at least 1 run.
Here's the second 2-2 pitch. Raiselman from the windup again. The pitch fouled straight back.
Well, he's battling. Staying in the box, staying on some good 2-2 pitches from Raiselman. And spoiling a couple that Raiselman thought he might have had him.
Here's the third 2-2. Swung on and missed. Got him with the breaking ball. And there's now 2 away with the bases still loaded in the top of the fourth. Despina coming to the plate. Gatemen down by 1. First time they've had multiple base runners in this game. And Despina comes up after striking out looking his first time up in the 3rd inning. Raiselman still working from the windup. First pitch to Despina, misses low. Angelo Despina. A bit cold recently. 1 for his last 14, but that 1 was a home run the opposite way. 1-0, fastball right down the middle.
Long ball sounds pretty good right now, doesn't it, Jack?
That would be nice. Would give the Gatemen a 4-1 lead. Be their first grand slam of the season. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball off the plate.
Jace Young hit the only grand slam we've seen on the year. That was in Orleans, and that was against us. So
that was a game the Gatemen won 10-4. Two-one, fastball low and inside. So 3 balls and a strike for Despina, and the bases are loaded. Raiselman came in with the bases loaded, struck out Brannigan, now trying to get out of trouble completely against Despina. Here's the big 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Blew a fastball by him. It was only 88 miles per hour, but Despina a little bit late on it.
And I don't know what Despina was looking for. That's a fastball count at 3-1 and just got burned by 88. He's drawn 2 walks on the season. A third one would be nice if he could come up with it here.
Payoff pitch on the way. And that is a called strike 3. Fastball at the knees, and the Gatemen leave the bases loaded in the top of the 4th. Harwich preserves a 1-run lead.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. What's up, Gatemen fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys, shirts, and hats? You can find all of that and more online at gatemen.org/shop. Visit to get all your Gatemen gear today.
Mosquito bites and ticks. No, yikes! When the bugs get scary, just call Mosquito Mary's 866-ASK-MARY or visit us at mosquitomarys.com.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedoms. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by 47 Brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
One nothing game as we head to the last of the 4th. The last frame was tough for the Gatemen. They left the bases loaded in the top half of the inning. Had them loaded with only 1 out. Brannigan strikes out, and then Despina strikes out looking to end the threat after Raiselman was called on to get the last 2 outs.
Well, we promise we're not crazy when we talk about situational hitting and we talk about bringing in runners. The Gatemen to this point have just not really liked doing that.
This half inning will start with Zach Preisner, who takes a strike on the first pitch from Eli Saul, who got the last 2 outs in the 3rd. Got Rubik out of some trouble, came in with 2 runners in scoring position and kept him there as that pitch misses to make it 1-1 to Preisner.
So that's what happened. The baseball guys just decided to even it out. Saul shut down the Mariners with runners in scoring position.
That pitch chopped up the middle. Morales has it on the run, flicks it to first for the out.
And then the Gatemen come up. They load the bases with 1 out. And it's only fair. Nobody's allowed to score runs. That's the rule.
Well, Harwich has 1 run. The only run of this game off an RBI single from Carter Putz. Nobody on in the bottom of the 4th. 1 away for Hal Hughes, the 9-hitter. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Playing second base today. First pitch to Hughes, fouled off.
And we're not just talking about runners left on base, because that's going to happen even when you're hitting well. But when you have the bases loaded and 1 out, any ball in play with the infield playing back can score a run. That's a situation where you just can't have your two hitters, 2 very good hitters, in Brannigan and Despina, come up and strike out.
It's been the MO this year for the Gatemen. It's been tough as that pitch misses low to make it a ball and a strike to Hughes. Hughes played this past season for Rice, 3 seasons as a starter for LSU, then transferred. As the 1-1 misses inside.
Well, Hughes is known as a shortstop defensively. Hit .221 in his first year at LSU, and then the batting average continued to drop down to 174 and then 154 in his final season with the Tigers.
That pitch missed off the plate. 3 balls and a strike now to Hughes. Known as a great middle infielder, has had his struggles at the plate as that pitch is fouled off to make it a full count.
But after he transferred, he got it back on track a little bit. Hit .258 this year, 3 home runs, 20 RBI. Struck out just 18 times on the year. So it was a much better year at the plate for him at Rice than it was for his first 3 at LSU.
Payoff pitch is a breaking ball upstairs. 1 out walk for Eli Saul. And Hal Hughes, the 9-hitter, is aboard for the second time today. Lone base runner at first. Harwich up 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. And Tatum Levens at the plate. 1 for 2 with a base hit in the first inning. First pitch to Levens. Low and away.
Levens was Atlantic 10 Rookie of the Year and Freshman of the Year back in 2019.
One-0 pitch, check swing. And appeal to second, he didn't go around. I know your opinion on those appeals to second, Nick.
I promised myself I'd stop talking about him as we worked our way farther and farther into the season. But if you're going to bring him up, I'd be happy to rant.
Well, it looked like you might have gone around, but when you're appealing to a guy standing right in front of second base.
Oh, my gosh. The purpose of having the umpire at first and third is to be able to see whether the bat crosses the plate from that angle. And I understand that. But
that pitch misses low. No check swing that time.
This is the last time we'll talk about it, I promise. This is a guy looking at the play straight on from 100 feet away. It doesn't make any sense.
3 balls, no strikes now to Levens. That pitch is well out of the zone. So 2 straight walks for Eli Saul, and there are now runners aboard first and second with 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. Harwich up 1-0.
It's just nice to know I'm making sense because the fans here in Harwich who are sitting right behind us appear to agree with me. So it's a little bit reassuring after I felt like I was talking about that to a brick wall for a very long time. Not that you're a brick wall, Jack.
Thank you. Mound visit coming for Saul after 2 straight walks. George Carlejo, the pitching coach for the Gatemen, heading out. Saul, 3 straight batters put out. And now suddenly he's kind of lost control of the zone a little bit.
Well, when you lose it, you lose it. And we've seen that already once tonight.
Yeah, we
saw it. It was
on
the other side.
Yeah, we saw it with Spencer Giesting.
Mm-hmm. Giesting was through 3 and then ran into trouble in the 4th, just loaded the bases after completely losing the zone with all of his pitches. And he'd been really good up to that point, but we'll hope that Eli Saul can get it back on track here for the Gatemen as the home plate umpire. Tonight it's Joseph Hilton out to break up the conference on the mound. And digging in now is Press Kavanaugh, the left fielder for the Mariners.
So Saul came into trouble in the 3rd, got out of it. This time created some trouble of his own. 2 runners on, 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. Harwich up 1-0. Press Kavanaugh, the lefty at the plate. First pitch to Kavanaugh is a nice curveball for a strike. Kavanaugh is 1 for 2 with a base hit in the 3rd. Ended up scoring on the RBI single from Putz. Saul working from the belt. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt.
Kavanaugh out of UNC Greensboro. They had a tough year this year. Finished 12-18. Failed to qualify for their conference tournament.
1-1. Slider missed inside. Kavanaugh was kind of the bright spot for UNC Greensboro this year. Only hit .230, but he had 8 home runs, 36 RBIs, drew 35 walks, had a .372 on-base percentage, and also stole 10 bases. 2-1 check swing on a breaking ball. Didn't go around. So 3 balls and a strike now to Kavanaugh. Saul really struggling with that breaking ball. A lot of them in the dirt.
Well, he came back after the mound conference and got one over for a strike.
3-1 fastball low. Bases loaded after 3 straight walks by Eli Saul. And Brock Wilkin, nicknamed Bomber, coming to the plate. Came into this game with a couple home runs on the Cape League season. We've mentioned it a couple times. 17 home runs this past year at Wake Forest. So not the guy you want coming up with the bases juiced and only 1 away in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, first priority here for Saul, and now Carlejo out of the dugout. So I'll hold my tongue, as that will likely be the last batter that Saul faces for the evening.
Yeah, looks like we're in line for a pitching change. Second visit and 2 batters. Carlejo hasn't signaled anything yet. Home plate umpire Hilton starting to walk towards the mound, and now Carlejo motions to the bullpen.
Well, it was inevitable.
Yep.
It's not like there's anything different to tell him 30 seconds after the last time you talked to him, but
just waiting
Jack,
for the
yes,
official point.
You did your job, waiting for confirmation, and there it is. So send it to a break.
So Saul walks the bases loaded, and we will send it to a break. 1-0 Harwich lead on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Whether it's life insurance to safeguard your loved ones, an umbrella policy to protect your teen driver, or making sure your home is covered from storm damage, Rogers Gray is there to guide you. Insurance is more than just a box to check. Trust Rogers Gray, a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
South Coast Health Operators of Charlton Memorial, St. Luke's, and Toby Hospitals delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as Southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Healthcare, plus something more.
Catchers aren't the only ones protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options and a true expertise in their people. Protect your home with Rogers Gray. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden-fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Eli Saul walks the bases loaded, chased out of the game. And the Gatemen will turn to Ethan Chenault with the bases loaded and only 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, trying to keep it at a 1-run game.
Well, if you're trying to keep it there, Chenault is the guy you want in. 3 appearances so far in the Cape League season. 2 2/3 innings pitched, just 1 hit allowed, yet to allow an earned run. So with the bases loaded here, if these runs do score, they will be charged to Saul, but Chenault coming into this ballgame with an ERA of 0. And that's not even the best news. The best news, Jack, he's a guy who likes to sink the fastball, a good 10-4 curveball as well, and he'll keep the ball down in the zone and gets ground balls. This is a situation where a ground ball will be nice. Brock Wilkin coming to the plate. We mentioned the power he has. He's a big-time home run hitter, likes to elevate the baseball, but with the bases loaded and 1 out, a ground ball, especially to one of these two very good middle infielders for the Gatemen, can get him out of this inning. So we'll see what happens.
We saw a bases loaded 1-2-3 double play last night.
And tonight, Yohannes Morales getting his first start at shortstop, Tommy Troy at second base, where we've seen him for the past week. So
two very capable middle infielders. Brock Wilkin waiting for the first pitch, and it's a fastball that misses high. Wilkin flew out deep to center field his first time up and then walked in the third. Mariners have had multiple base runners in every inning. First time they've had the bases loaded tonight. Have a 1-0 lead. 1-0 fastball is a strike at the knees. That one in at 89. First time Chenault's had to deal with major trouble on the bases coming in. 1-1, curveball low and away. And he has Wilkin, who is a home run hitter at the plate. Two balls and a strike for Wilkin, standing tall in the right-handed batter's box. Chenault working from the belt. The pitch missed low. Went with the fastball. Now 3 balls and a strike for Wilkin.
Well, that's a pitch that Frechette needs to get called a strike. It was close. It was a little bit down, but not having Crooks behind the plate tonight, and that's really the first time we notice that, with Crooks so able at getting that low pitch.
3-1, swung on and missed. Got a fastball by Wilkin.
Well, you'd be hard-pressed to do that twice as any pitcher. Wilkin, an excellent fastball hitter. Wouldn't be shocked if Chenault needs to come with something different here, even though it's 3-2.
Went out of his shoes on the last swing. 3-2. Went with the fastball, but missed low and away. And that'll walk in a run. 2-0 Harwich lead now. 4 straight walks in this inning for the Gatemen. Flashbacks to the game against Bourne, where they walked 5 in a row.
Well, they're certainly going for the record here.
Oh. If you're a Gateman fan, the walks have been killer from the pitchers this season. Jordan Beck up now. First pitch to him is low and outside.
Credit to Frechette on that stop. Breaking ball bounced in the opposite batter's box. Frechette over there to knock it down. Keep the runners where they are. If anything gets to the backstop in this situation, it's another run just like that for the Mariners.
Beck 0 for 1. Did draw a walk in the first. 1-0 pitch. Fastball well inside. Levens is at third. Kavanaugh at second. Wilkin at first. Harwich up 2-0 with 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. First meeting between these two teams in 2021. Harwich has been dominating. 2-0, in for a strike. Beck, a late arrival for Harwich after Tennessee made it to the CWS. 2-1, grounded hard to short, backhanded by Morales. He bobbles it and has no play. Has to hold it. And a run scores. That most likely will go down as an error to Morales. And it's now 3-0 Harwich. Bases still loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth.
Well, that was the big question mark coming into this season for Yohandy. Made 11 errors this year at third base for Miami. And getting his first start at shortstop.
And that'll be ruled as a hit.
All right, well, they continue to be generous. We continue to be wrong, and the scorekeepers here in the Cape League continue to be generous.
Bases still loaded. And still one out for Carter Putz now. 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the third. 3-0 Harwich lead. Took the first pitch for a ball, second pitch also missed. So now 2 balls and no strikes to Putz.
All right, so the rule book defines an error as a play that doesn't need extraordinary effort to be made. Don't laugh at me, Jack. I'm really confused by this because Yohandy took one step to his throwing hand side and tried to backhand that ball, but I don't understand.
2-0, chopped down the third base line. Williams has it, throw to first in time. Run scores. Putz his second RBI of the game on a 5-3 ground out, and it's now 4-0 Harwich. Runners on second and third now. 3 runs have come across for Harwich in this inning. And Chris Newell comes to the plate. 1 for 2 with a base hit in the second. Chenault trying to end this nightmare of an inning from the Gatemen as the first pitch to Newell is outside. 4 straight walks in the inning. 3 of those walks have come in to score. The Gatemen, who have been running into trouble in the first 3 innings, finally really paying the price for it here in the fourth. 1-0 fastball high and outside. Now an overcast night with the lights on here at White House Field. 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Big game for both these teams trying to compete in the standings as the 2-1 is fouled back. Gatemen tied for second in the West. It's a 3-way tie. And Harwich, despite being last in the East, only 5 points back, or in more baseball terms you understand, about 2.5 games back from first. So still very much alive in that race. 2-2, check swing, and Newell went around. So Harwich brings 3 across after 1 hit and 4 walks. They leave 2 on, but the damage is done. 4-0 game now through 4. You're listening to the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
That double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings, to boats. Village Signs has proudly served Southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
Players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Top of the 5th inning. The Gatemen ran into trouble in the bottom of the 4th. It was 4 straight walks, and when it was all said and done, they allowed 3 runs. They're now down 4-0 as we kick it off in the away half of the 5th. Frechette coming to bat. It'll be the catcher for the Gatemen, and then the top of the order with Cade Fergus and Tommy Troy. First at bat of the Cape season for Frechette came in the third inning. He lined out to right field. Takes ball one. Raiselman back on the mound for the Mariners. Gets that one over. Evens the count at 1.
Came in with the bases loaded. Only 1 out. Struck out 2 straight batters to get Harwich out of trouble.
Now Frechette chops one to second base. Hal Hughes gloves it about chest high and fires to first. So Frechette goes down. Now 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. The base is still empty for the top of the Gatemen order, represented by Cade Fergus.
Been a tough game for the Gatemen, but there's a lot of baseball to be played. Still 5 innings to go.
Plenty of time.
The Gatemen have shown some threats. I mean, they left the bases loaded in the last inning.
Breaking ball comes in high and tight to Fergus, spun out of the way. This game bearing a lot of resemblance to Bourne, when the Gatemen played in Bourne where they got down early. And the good news about that, as Fergus takes a breaking ball low and away, is they battle back in that one.
Yeah,
it was a struggle on the mound for the Gatemen, and I'll let you take everybody through the rest of that, Jack.
They were down 6-1. Kern hit a 3-run, 434-foot home run. Samillo hit a home run, and then the Gatemen loaded the bases in the 9th. As that pitch is swung on and missed by Fergus to make it 2-1. The thing about this Gatemen team, they've played in a lot of close games this year, and the reason for that is they really don't give up in games. I know you hear those things like, oh, this team has no quit. You hear that all the time. But the Gatemen really battle back.
It is. It's a good point. 2-1 to Fergus. Swings through that fastball as well. Mid to high 80s in the early going is the fastball for Eric Raiselman.
And it says something for the Gatemen. Their 4-0 loss last night was their biggest loss this season. They also lost a 4-run game to Falmouth in the second game of the season, but no losses outside of those 4 runs. And they've kept them interesting.
Raiselman came with a first pitch breaking ball to Fergus, and now 5 straight fastballs. So the count goes full. Base is empty here with 1 out in the 5th. Here's the payoff pitch. Got him, strike 3. He grooved a fastball at 87 right down Broadway, and Fergus didn't move an inch.
I think the problem there was Fergus was thinking, I'm going to take this all the way no matter what it is, because
it's a 3-2 count.
Well, it is, but he was staring at the pitch and didn't show any intent to swing there, and he knew right away that it was right down the middle.
So 2 away in the Gatemen half of the 5th inning. And here comes Tommy Troy. Takes a breaking ball in the dirt right by his back foot. Goes to the screen. Count goes 1-0. Righty-righty matchup here between Raiselman and Troy. Raiselman wearing number 30 for Harwich. Tries to sit down the Gatemen's second baseman to put down this Wareham team in order here in the 5th. Out of the windup, here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Same pitch on 1-1. Came with 2 straight breaking balls. That one swung through as well from Tommy Troy.
Yeah, and he was way ahead of both of them.
Needs to make an adjustment here. Battle with 2 strikes. Raiselman gets the sign, likes it, now delivers. Just about everybody in the ballpark thought that was strike 3. Zach Preisner at shortstop was walking off the field, but it missed off the plate. It was a dotted fastball, and it sends the count to 2-2. Troy with another life and takes advantage of it there, fouls it off.
He'll take it. And Joseph Hilton behind the plate is getting an earful from Harwich's dugout.
Makes the hand sign over there, tells them to please stop talking. As Tommy Troy swings through strike 3. A good inning of work from Eric Raiselman. Frechette grounds out and then 2 straight strikeouts to send us to the Mariner half of the 5th. The Gatemen down 4-0. We'll be back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit Founders Sport.
Coming back to you for the bottom of the 5th inning. The Gatemen taking on the Harwich Mariners here in Harwich. Thank you for tuning in to the Gatemen Baseball Network. For this one hasn't exactly gone our way to this point. It's a 4-0 deficit that stares the Gatemen in the face right now as we get set for the bottom of this 5th inning. Aaron McKeithen stepping into the box now. The starting catcher for the Mariners has flown out to first base and grounded out to third. Swings at the first pitch he sees, lines that to left. Diodati scoops it up. And for the 4th time in this ballgame, 4th time in 5 innings, a leadoff single for the Mariners.
Yeah, they're seeing the baseball really well tonight. I mean, they've been dominant. Honestly, surprised that they only have 4 runs. It really only came back to bite the Gatemen, or leadoff base runners really only came back to bite the Gatemen in the last inning.
Well, Preisner didn't get on to lead off the 4th. He was the only man for the Mariners that led off an inning and didn't reach base, but that turned into the worst inning for the Gatemen to this point. The Mariners put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the 4th, and Zach Preisner steps in right now and takes ball 1. Chenault back on the mound for the Gatemen, the tall right-hander out of UNC Wilmington. Comes with the 1-0, misses low.
And Harwich left 2 stranded in the first. Left 2 more on in the second. Yeah, another 2 on in the third. Only got 1 run.
Screamer foul wide of the third base bag. Chenault trying to work his way back into this count.
But then it was the walks that killed the Gatemen in the 4th. 4 straight walks, 3 of those come in. I mean, when you walk 4 straight batters in an inning, it happened against Bourne when they walked 5 in a row and Bourne scored 4 runs. The runs are going to score. And that's what happened for Harwich.
No, out of the stretch. Evens the count at 2 with a good fastball there at 87. Runner at first base is Aaron McKeithen after he led off this inning with a single. It's now 2-2 with nobody out.
And Chenault's still working with a clean sheet. All 3 of those runs were charged to Eli Saul.
Got him, strike 3, the breaking ball. Froze him. Came in at the hip, broke right over the plate. And after getting down 2-0, Chenault battles back to strike out Zach Preisner.
3 straight good pitches and a nice breaking ball on that last one. Now he's got the 9-hitter in Hal Hughes. He's been aboard twice. This is a guy that you should be looking to get out and forcing to put the ball in play.
First pitch he sees is pop foul. Mentioned a number of times now, Hal Hughes is not the premier bat of the Cape Cod League, to say the least. But
defensively, I mean, unbelievable.
Defensively, he's been great, but the Gatemen not doing themselves any favors, hitting him with a pitch in the second and then walking him in the fourth. Another pitch skied to the right side and foul. So Hughes falls down 0-2. One out in the bottom of the fifth inning.
And
Mariners protecting a 4-0 lead with a runner at first base. The 0-2 from Chenault. In the dirt, blocked by Frechette. The throw to second is missed by Tommy Troy. Goes into center field. McKeithen was off and running after that ball was in the dirt, and it was a really good throw from Frechette to the second base side of the bag, right on the money. And Tommy Troy looks like he just missed it.
Yeah, I just couldn't secure it. It went right past his glove. He started to put the tag down before the ball was in his glove, and that's what caused it to get into center field.
McKeithen does not run particularly well. Troy had plenty of time but didn't take it. Yes, he did go around. Hal Hughes checks it up, and that's strike three. So Frechette secures it, goes to first base after that pitch was in the dirt to get the out. McKeithen remains at second base, and Hughes is down on strikes for the first time tonight. So we'll throw it back to the top of the order. Tatum Levens coming up, the designated hitter for the Mariners. He has a runner in scoring position in Aaron McKeithen, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Outfield straight up, spread out. Diodati a little bit deep in left field with a breeze blowing out in his direction. First pitch is in the dirt from Chenault, blocked really nicely by Frechette.
Chenault's making him work. Frechette's doing a great job. And some of the pitches from Chenault have been good in the dirt on, swinging strike three to Hal Hughes. But Frechette moving behind the plate.
The 1-0 to Levens, misses high.
And Frechette happy he did some of those receiving drills today. We saw him at Spillane Field.
Going to work with Jimmy Crooks.
Him and Jimmy Crooks were working hard, practicing blocking up pitches that were in the dirt, and that's come in use for Frechette tonight.
2-0 from Chenault, catches the outside corner. As a catcher, job is not just to keep the ball in front of you, but keep it close, where you can pick it up and throw out any runners who try and advance. And that was the drill that Jimmy and Anthony Frechette were working on this afternoon before they hit the road for Harwich. Now the 2-1 fouled off to the left side.
Nice job by Chenault. He didn't let the leadoff single break him. Has come out, struck out the last 2 batters, and now he's 1 strike away from a clean 5th inning. And you really want to keep it at 4 runs. 4 runs is a ball game through 5.
Came with the pitch in the zone at 2-2, fouled off once again over the Harwich dugout. Tatum Levens, a guy that doesn't go down easy. Came into this ball game hitting .286, more walks than strikeouts. 7-5 is the ratio there. Chenault delivers. That one's inside, and it gets to the backstop. So the count goes to 3-2. The runner moves to third. McKeithen advances on the wild pitch.
That's 2 straight times he's advanced on a wild pitch. Big payoff pitch coming for Levens.
As a catcher, your pitcher making you work like Chenault is doing right now. You can only block so many pitches. That one was low and inside, well out of the zone. And now it's 3-2 on the leadoff man, Tatum Levens. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the left side. Williams over to make the play, and he throws him out at first. Justin Williams ranging to the glove hand side and cuts down Tatum Levens for the 3rd out of the inning. The leadoff single was aboard, but Chenault buckles down and holds the deficit 5-4 for the Gatemen. Coming back for the top of the 6th on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Baseball Factory's vision is to guide both players and parents through the college recruiting process into professionally trained players in order to find a school that is the right fit, both academically and athletically. Contact us at 877-752-6025.
Come on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located on Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the delicious eats or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. BB's is one of our team meal partners.
With professional coaches that provide personalized world-class baseball training, Baseball Factory helps every player take his game to the next level. Get a pro evaluation by calling 877-752-60.
Raiselman back on the mound. Kern back at the plate for the Gatemen, who desperately needs something going here, down 4-0 in the top of this 6th inning. Thank you for joining us on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Kern in the right-hand batter's box. Raiselman on for his 3rd inning of work. Out of the windup with nobody aboard. There was a frisbee slider that misses high.
Well, Kern 2 straight ground outs. See if he can get one in the air here. I think that should be the goal for him.
Batting average has dipped below 200, where it was to start the night, and he checks it up and fouls it off.
That was more of a defensive swing there. The pitch was in on his hands, and he was kind of just trying to get away from it.
He turned inside toward the baseball, squaring up to an inside pitch. So evens the count at 1, and now pops one to the right side, out of play. Raiselman tonight done an excellent job of getting ahead of these Gatemen hitters. Time after time, batter after batter for Wareham, down 0-2, down 1-2, and now Kern with a 1-2 count. Misses low with a fastball.
Well, he came in with the bases loaded situation a couple innings ago, got out of it with 2 straight strikeouts. He's now at 4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3, so Gateman can't figure out his stuff.
Came with the slider there. It's a slider, more of a sweeping slider than anything else. Starts at the right-handed batters and then breaks back toward the middle of the plate, but it missed there low. So now 3-2 on Cade Kern. Fouls it off, stays alive. Top of the 6th inning here in Harwich. 4-0 lead for the Mariners over the Gatemen. We'll try again with a 3-2 pitch to Kern. Got him, strike 3. Swung through a high fastball. It might have been ball 4, but Kern takes a seat, and that's the first out of the 6th.
Yeah, it came with high heat. Kern chased it. 3 straight strikeouts dating back to the last inning now for Raiselman. And 5 total out of 6 outs that he's gotten.
So here's Mr. Reliable. Owen Diodati has 1 of 3 hits for the Gatemen tonight, had 1 of 3 hits for them last night, and takes strike 1 from Eric Raiselman.
We haven't seen as much of the power recently from Diodati, though. It's been more base hits. He's getting a lot more off-speed than fastballs.
Gets an off-speed pitch there, goes with it, but rips it foul down the first base line.
Yeah, he ripped a few fastballs to right field early in the season, and people just stopped throwing them to him.
Well, soft away has been the approach to Diodati through these last few games. Now he's down, no balls and 2 strikes. And gets an off-speed pitch, sends it to center field, and that's a base hit. How about Owen Diodati and the adjustments he's been able to make at the plate. Pitchers have been able to figure out how to throw to him, and right when you think they have his number, he goes with whatever they give him and sends that one to center field for his second base hit up the middle tonight.
Well, all the off-speed away he's been getting, he hasn't had as much power on it, but he's been able to get plenty of base hits, and his average is still good.
Came into this ballgame at 318. He's now 2 for 3. So a one-out single for Diodati for the second time tonight. And now it's Yohandy Morales. Takes a fastball away.
And he got his first hit in the Cape League in the second, then walked in the fourth, putting together a nice ball game at the plate, despite his struggles at shortstop so far today.
Well, there haven't been any technical struggles at shortstop, as the one ball that he knows he should have made the play on was ruled a hit. So now 2-0 on Yohandy Morales. Diodati running from first, and there's a fastball for a strike.
Oh, Morales did not love that call. A little bit of change from Morales today. Something we haven't mentioned. He came in with a full beard yesterday, shaved today, and looks completely different, clean shaven.
Yes, he does. But everybody knows if you're hitless, you shave. Fastball misses outside. It's 3-1.
Well, I thought the last pitch was a ball, and that pitch looked like it was right down the middle. Morales smiling, I think, thinks the same thing. He says, all right, I guess we're all square now at 3-1.
The pitch, swing and a miss. Another high fastball has been working for Raiselman so far this evening.
Well, Morales was looking fastball and swung out of his shoes for it, but that one was a little high and outside. Morales just couldn't quite catch up to it.
Diodati at first after the single. Here's the 3-2. There's ball 4. One out here in the top of the 6th. Runners at first and second now for the Gatemen. And dare I say, they have something cooking here in the latter half of this ballgame.
Well, it's exactly what happened in the fourth. With one out, Diodati singled. Morales drew a walk, and the fourth was the inning that the Gatemen left the bases loaded. Williams came up and drew a walk in the fourth as well. That's what loaded the bases. Now he comes up here, 2 runners on and 1 out. Should take the same approach here. If he throws you something good in the zone, that outside fastball that he loves to pull to left field, take that. If not, just try and get on base.
Runners at first and second. Here's the first pitch to Williams. Back pick to first. Morales back safely. Pitch was a ball. So Williams ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. 4-0 deficit for the Gatemen here in the top of the 6th. Raiselman out of the stretch. The slider swung through.
That was ultra slow off speed, 71 miles per hour. Williams was way out ahead of it.
He likes coming with that front door slider to right-handed hitters, as we've seen this inning. No one's been able to figure it out yet, with the exception of Diodati, who poked it for a base hit. One on Williams. The pitch popped over our shoulders here on the first base side. Williams down 1-2. Man out of Penn State getting the start at third base tonight. Now digs in with a runner in scoring position and another at first. Here's the 1-2. Drilled back up the middle. Newell back, and he can't make the catch. It's over his head. All the way to the wall it goes. Couple runners coming home. Diodati is in. Morales right on his tail. And Williams with a 1-out double gives 2 runs to the Gatemen, and they're right back in this one. It's 4-2.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Both of those guys cross home plate at the exact same time, essentially. Morales Morales was digging right on Diodati's heels. I think he knew it would get down before Diodati did. He had a little bit of a better angle watching that baseball in center field. But a big 2 RBI double for Williams, and it brings the tying run to the plate as we'll get our first pinch hitter of the night, Nick.
So it's Jim Jarvis. First ball game we've seen where he hasn't gotten the start, but into the ball game now for Brannigan at the designated hitter spot. A big one-out double scored a couple of runs just a moment ago from Justin Williams, and now it's a 4-2 lead for the Mariners. First pitch is a ball outside. First time Jarvis has seen Raiselman tonight. First time Jarvis has seen anybody tonight. And he stands in the left-handed batter's box with Williams waiting at second base. That pitch is popped to the left side. Out to make the play and giving way now is Preisner for Kavanaugh, who gets the catch for out number 2. So that will bring up Angelo Despina. Williams stranded at second base for the time being. Despina has gone down looking twice tonight. Once in the third and once with the bases loaded in the fourth. He has a chance to make up for it here. Takes a fastball down Broadway for strike 1. Raiselman set. Checks on Williams at second. Now comes with another fastball to Despina, and he swings and misses.
Just been a struggle for him recently at the plate. And now I'll have to get defensive 0-2 again. We've seen him come back in counts, though, and put some good swings on the ball. It's the best he can try and do here. Just get it in play.
That was the fastball upstairs. Despina left it up there.
Good take. Probably come back with that big sweeping slider. 1-2. See if Despina can either foul it off or take it inside.
Came with the fastball, blew it by him. The third strikeout of the night for Despina, but Justin Williams comes up with a couple runners on, scores them both with a big one-out double. It is now 4-2 in favor of the Mariners. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreational management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science, online at www.currycollege.edu. Whether you are recently retired or still working, Fairway Financial can help you create clearly defined retirement income strategies to help protect your wealth, create guaranteed income for life, and provide a legacy for your family. We are committed to earning your trust by thoroughly understanding your goals and dreams and helping you gain greater financial confidence. To learn more, visit Fairway Financial in South Yarmouth or go to fairwayfinancial.net.
Big 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning. We're here to start the bottom of the 6th as the Gatemen are right back in it. Now 4-2 and a new pitcher into the game for the Gatemen. The first time we've seen him this year, Marquise Johnson out of Long Beach State.
Yeah, Johnson, a big right-hander. thrown 13 innings, or through 13 innings this past season for Long Beach State, gave up 5 earned runs. He had 18 strikeouts, so he's a big strikeout pitcher in the way he does that. Fastball, curveball combo, a very sharp curveball. So either of those can be the strikeout pitch for Johnson.
Johnson transferred from Riverside City College. Now pitching for Long Beach State. The third Long Beach State pitcher that we've seen or will see on this Gatemen roster. His teammate, Jack Noble, coming on just a couple days ago, along with Marquise out of Long Beach State to play for the Gatemen. And Devereaux Harrison, of course, we saw him as a pitcher and a hitter earlier this year before he left for Team USA. First pitch from Johnson is a fastball away at 88 miles per hour.
And congrats to Skeens and Devereaux Harrison, both able to pitch for the first time for Team USA recently in the Star Stripes matchups.
So both of those guys pitching well for the Gatemen just about a week ago. It's amazing how quickly these guys can turn around and start playing with a new team. From Long Beach State to the Wareham Gatemen to Team USA. As Marquise Johnson having a little trouble settling in here, facing his first batter, it's Bress Kavanaugh. Came with 3 straight fastballs, all 3 of them out of the zone. So tries to work back in it here, and that's ball 4.
Well, that's a tough start for Johnson. And now 5 of 6. Leadoff runners on for Harwich. See if he can settle in with this second hitter. That was part of his struggles at Long Beach State in 13 innings. Walked 9 hitters.
Well, if you're trying to settle in against a batter, Brock Wilkin is not the guy you need to face. He won't let you make mistakes. At least he won't let you get away with mistakes. Now Johnson comes with another fastball. He missed for the 5th time in a row. Outfield playing their positions for the most part. Diodati still a little bit deep in left field. The big power right-handed hitting Wilkin at the plate. Changed it up with the velocity a little bit and blew it by him.
Yeah, nice pitch. Got Wilkin to swing and miss, and hopefully he can use that as a little bit of momentum. Gets his first strike.
Johnson kicks and fires the 1-1. Grabs the outside corner.
And that was a confident fastball. That last one he tried to slow the velocity down. This time he comes back with a big fastball. Gets the high outside corner. Nice pitch.
Johnson working slowly, taking a long time to get his sign from Anthony Frechette. Ball and 2 strikes on Brock Wilkin. The fastball low. And now the battery mates will talk it over. Out to the mound goes Anthony Frechette. It's a 2-2 count on Wilkin.
Good chance to update you on some of the scores around the Cape, Nick. Bourne has finally lost. They dropped to 9-1-2. They lose to Katuitt 2-0 at Doran Park today. Still have a big lead over the rest of the Western Division. And then YD defeating Falmouth 5-4 in that East-West matchup. That was a close one, came down to the wire. Both those games under 2.5 hours today, though.
Fastball taken low and outside for Wilkin. 3-2 goes the count. And that's a Katuitt team finally beating Bourne. We'll get to see them at their place tomorrow night.
We will. And they're back to 500.
Gatemen trying to work their way back to 500. They came into this one at 4-5-2. It's 4-2 in favor of the Mariners. That one's lined to left field and down for a base hit. Kavanaugh led off the inning with a walk. He moves to second base. And Brock Wilkin, squaring up a 3-2 fastball, has the Mariners in business with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, similar position that the Gatemen have been in all night. They've gotten out of trouble most of the time. See what Johnson can do here. He was ahead of Wilkin 1-2, but Wilkin was able to get it back to a full count and then drove that one nicely into left field for his first hit of the ball game. Wilkin only one hit tonight, but he's done well. He's drawn 2 walks, and his only out was a deep fly out to center.
Looks like a wiffle ball came over the fence and onto the field.
And the kids are trying to get it back from pitching coach George Carlejo.
He'll try and give it back to him. Interrupted play for a moment, but now Jordan Beck will stand in and stare down Marquise Johnson. Runners at first and second. Here's the first pitch to Beck. Slow breaking ball found the heart of the plate for strike one.
Yeah, 71 on that curveball.
4-2 Mariner lead. They have runners at first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Marquise Johnson on the mound for the Gatemen for the first time this season. Tall right-hander out of Long Beach State. Sets, checks the runners, now comes home for the 0-1. That one's popped to the right side. Despino just behind the bag, now coming in on it, and makes the catch. The infield fly was called, so the runners remain where they are. The batter was out. And here comes Carter Putz.
That was a big out for Johnson. Hopefully that helps him settle in a little bit. A lot of times coming under the bright lights, Cape League baseball against some of the top competition, it can be tough, but he gets that first out.
Johnson trying to battle back after giving up a leadoff walk and then a single. Now one out here in the Mariner half of the 6th. He comes with a breaking ball low and inside to Carter Putz.
Well, what makes Johnson tough is his fastball and curveball differ in velocity by about 15 to 18 miles per hour.
There's no lack of movement on that curveball. We've seen it sharp in the past. And now a fastball high and tight. Count goes 2-0 on Putz.
The fastball was 85. The curveball was at 71.
That one came our direction off the bat on a line just behind home plate to the first base side. That foul ball is strike one on Carter Putz.
That's already 2 RBIs tonight, Nick.
2-1. Johnson set, looks. Now the runners take off with the pitch, and it's fouled off.
Well, that was a good time for a hit and run, and tried to pull it off. Pitch spoiled to the backstop, so runners have to return to first and second. And a bit of competition for that foul ball between the Harwich bat boy and Wareham's bat girl. Score 1 for Wareham on that.
We'll take it. We'll take what we can get. Down 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning, but the Bat Kids have us in the lead. That one's chopped foul down the third base line, picked up wide of the bag by Justin Williams, and he'll get it back to his pitcher.
The crazy thing about this game, and I know their runner's in position right now, so maybe shouldn't speak too soon, but the Gatemen have really been just getting pounded by Harwich and only trailed by 2 runs right now. I mean, there have been
talking about runners on base.
Multiple runners on base,
Yeah.
hard hit balls left and right, but they've been able to minimize the damage somewhat. And that big 2-run double for Williams in the last frame brought it to a 2-run game.
Pickoff play to second base. The throw was wide of the bag, gloved by Troy, but able to get back safely is Press Kavanaugh.
That was a good try. I don't think Troy was quite ready to cover the bag. But Johnson,
well, the timing on those pickoff plays is so tough, especially when you have a pitcher and middle infielders who haven't played together before. Gatemen have a number of those plays implemented, but just haven't been able to get one quite in sync yet to this point in the season. It's an inside pickoff move, no throw to second base. Johnson strides back up the mound and Has to deliver the 2-2 now to Carter Putz. Putz, the first baseman out of Notre Dame. 1 for 3 on the evening with 2 RBI. Now Johnson fires. Breaking ball got him, strike 3. He buried the curveball, and Putz swung through it. So after allowing the leadoff walk and then a single, now 2 outs and the runners at first and second for Chris Newell coming to the plate.
Well, Nick, that is a heck of a curveball from Marquise Johnson. I mean, that just disappeared underneath Carter Putz's bat. And Putz has had a good night, already 2 RBIs. Gets him to strike out. He's now 1 out away from getting out of trouble. Great recovery so far by Marquise Johnson.
Newell at the plate now. And it's a fastball off the glove of Frechette, and I believe that was called a strike.
It was.
So that'll go as a passed ball as the runners advance.
That's a tough break.
Takes out the force at any base, and Kavanaugh moves to third. Wilkin moves to second.
And Frechette's been pretty good tonight behind the plate. Just missed that one. But they do get the strike call. So Johnson now working on Newell ahead 0-1.
Johnson set, delivers the 0-1. It's the curveball again in the dirt. Blocked by Frechette that time.
Well, that was a good pitch, and Newell does a good job not taking it, or not swinging at it.
Newell 1 for 3 as well on the evening. Singled in the second, flew out in the third, and struck out in the fourth. Here he is for the 4th time tonight in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ducks on the pond for the Mariners. Johnson comes with a fastball low. Breeze has died down almost completely as night has officially fallen here in Harwich. The lights are on, the ballpark is lively, and it's a 2-1 count on Newell. Grounder to the right side, gloved by Despina, and he takes it himself. Marquise Johnson battling back after allowing the 2 leadoff base runners aboard. Gets a pop out, a strikeout, and a ground out to close out the inning. Sends us to the 7th. Gatemen down 4-2.
Nice shot.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal.
4-2 game as we enter the 7th inning on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas, and the 3rd pitcher of the night on the mound for Harwich. It's the right-hander Carson Seymour after Raiselman was chased out of the game following a 2-run double from Justin Williams.
Well, Seymour standing at 6'6", 260 pounds out of Kansas State. He's the hardest thrower we've seen in the ballgame to this point. The fastball will sit between 94 and 96. Features a wipeout slider as well. And the numbers are good thus far in the Cape Cod League. Pitched in 3 games, hasn't started a game, but actually gotten a decision in 2 of them. Both of them he won. 1.68 ERA across 5 1/3 innings pitched. 9 strikeouts to his name to this point.
The Gatemen were able to break out of the rut after a 2 RBI double from Williams in the last inning. Had gone 14 straight innings without a run, but Williams delivers, drives in Diodati and Morales, and it's a ball game again. 4-2 as we enter the 7th. Frechette, Fergus, and Troy due up for the Gatemen. Frechette into the right side, ready for the first pitch. Seymour working from the stretch, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside at 95.
Well, you expect Seymour to warm up from here. The first pitch a pitcher throws in an outing is almost never the hardest they throw, and that one at 95 to kick it off is a good sign if you're a Mariner fan.
1-0 pitch, fouled off.
Seymour actually pitched in the starting rotation for Harwich back in 2019. Played a season at Dartmouth before transferring to Kansas State, where he's been ever since then, going into his redshirt junior year.
1-1 pitch, fastball low. Harwich has left 11 runners stranded in this game. They lead the Gatemen 4-2 right now, but it could be a lot worse for Wareham. Pitchers have battled to prevent damage. Gatemen got 2 runs in the last inning and are still in the ball game as that pitch is swung on and missed. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Frechette. Making his debut tonight, looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2.
That's a 2-seam fastball from Seymour that is sinking as it moves through the zone. Sinking at 94, 95 miles an hour is not a good feeling.
2-2, cut on and missed. Seymour starts his outing with a strikeout. The Gatemen have 10 combined strikeouts tonight as Fergus heads to the plate.
Well, that was the fastball once again at 94, and it finished just above the dirt. Gloved right before it hit the ground by McKeithen, but just a fastball that bottoms out as it gets about 2/3 of the way to the plate and had Frechette fooled the first time he saw Carson Seymour tonight.
4-2 Harwich lead. First pitch for Fergus is a fastball down the middle. Fergus 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 3rd. 1 out, nobody on for him. Top of the 7th. 0-1, swung on and missed. There's a slider. Oh, 0-2 now to Fergus. Seymour from the letters. The pitch driven hard into right field, and that will get foul. Well hit ball from Fergus, just a tad behind the pitch.
Oh, and 2 on Fergus. He's been called out on strikes already twice tonight, but not willing to go down easy here.
Ready for a second 0-2 pitch. Fergus with his wide stance. Here it is, swung on and missed. Got him with the slider. And Fergus has 3 strikeouts on the night. Seymour 2 straight strikeouts. It'll bring up Tommy Troy. 4-2 Harwich lead, 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 7th.
Well, the numbers are good, as we told you from Seymour, but this is a kid who's been better than good, at least through these first 2 batters. That is a big league slider to go with a hard sinking fastball. 94, 96 miles an hour with the fastball, and then 2 sliders that touch 90 to put away Cade Fergus.
First pitch to Troy misses upstairs. Troy 0 for 3 with the strikeout. (1-0) fastball down the pipe for a strike at 95 miles per hour. A ball and a strike now to Troy, who stays in the batter's box. (1-1) fouled off of Troy's foot. He'll walk that out for a moment.
Well, he takes a moment. He's coming up gingerly on that right leg.
He is. It hit off his lower right leg as he fouled off the pitch.
There's a guard on the left to protect that front foot, as so many hitters do now, but that bare right ankle not feeling so good for Tommy Troy at the moment.
Home plate umpire Joseph Hilton giving him some time, wiping down the dirt in front of the plate. Him and Troy share a smile, so hopefully that's a good sign for the second baseman from Stanford, Tommy Troy. And he steps back into the box, gets a slight applause from this Harwich crowd. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped up and out of play.
There's a small applause from this Harwich crowd, which is really thinned out as this ball game's gone on. It's been a close game, but it's been a cool evening that's gotten even colder. So close baseball or not, the cold is taking over here, and the fans are starting to filter out of the ballpark.
It is. Second 1-2 pitch. Troy swings and misses. Carson Seymour strikes out the side in the 7th. And Harwich is ahead 4-2. Time to stretch here at White House Field. We'll step aside for a moment on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Feel the power of a GMC. Test drive one today at Robertson's GMC, down on Cranberry Highway.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you. Located on the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Discover Keystone Place, the best option in Cape Cod.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris & Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
(4-2) Harwich lead as we enter the bottom of the 7th. Jack Sadighian and Nick Magas. Everybody's stretched out. And we're ready to go here with the new pitcher on the mound for the Gatemen. It's Andrew Walters, the right-hander out of Miami.
Well, it's the first time we've seen him this season. One of 6 new pitchers to come on to the roster for the Gatemen in the last few days. Walters wearing number 6 in place of my personal favorite pitcher, Ian Villers, who took off after making a couple starts for the Gatemen. The number is handed over to Andrew Walters, who comes on after a very good season at the University of Miami. 1.46 ERA over 24 2/3 innings pitched. He delivers the first pitch strike to Aaron McKeithen.
It's McKeithen, Preisner, and Hughes, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Walters. 0-1 to McKeithen. Swung on and missed. Blew a fastball by him at 94. McKeithen 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 5th. So we saw some heat from Carson Seymour in the top of the inning, and Walters trying to match it here. 0-2, fastball called, strike 3.
That was quick.
It only takes Walters 3 pitches for his first Cape League strikeout. And that'll bring up Zach Preisner. 4-2 Harwich lead, 1 away, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th.
1 Cape League strikeout. He had 36 of them on the season at Miami.
First pitch to Preisner. Misses a tad low. Preisner is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He's also grounded out twice to shortstop. 1-0, fastball popped out of play.
Walter's a reliever that transferred from Eastern Florida State to Miami. His longest outing of the season was 3 innings pitched against Boston College. So the Gatemen could ride him the rest of the way if they want, but it would be pushing him just a little bit.
1-1 check swing. Preisner didn't go around. Appeal to first confirms. Two-one pitch, high and inside. That was another 94-mile-per-hour fastball from Walters. Preisner ahead with a 3-1 count. Walters working quickly from the windup. The pitch swung on and missed. Got Preisner out of his shoes on that fastball, and it's a full count.
Well, if you're Walters, you need to just come with a fastball for a strike. Challenge Preisner to hit your best here. And 3-2. He's 0 for 3 tonight with a couple ground outs and a strikeout.
Well, here's the payoff pitch. Fouled away. Came with the fastball. Preisner did a good job staying on it and staying alive in the at-bat.
Preisner with a good year at Notre Dame. Hit .280 with 6 home runs, 23 knocked in. Starting at shortstop tonight for the Mariners. Been quiet at the plate so far this evening.
Second 3-2 pitch. Misses outside.
And Frechette actually got crossed up right there. He's going to call time and go out and talk to his pitcher. He was looking for a slider, and that was a fastball that stayed up, was actually pretty close to the zone. But when Frechette reacts the way that he does, trying to receive that pitch, no way they get a called strike 3, and now he'll talk it over with the big right-hander out of Miami, try and make sure they have the sign squared away.
Well, the Gatemen had 9 new pitchers come in a few days ago, and stuff like that's going to happen. Also, Frechette behind the plate making his debut. So you're bound to get crossed up once or twice.
Still doesn't make it feel any better as a catcher when you're expecting 81 low and away, and then it rides up and in on you.
Runner on first, 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Harwich ahead of the Gatemen 4-2. First meeting between these two teams in the 2021 season at White House Field. First pitch for the 9-hitter Hal Hughes is a fastball that misses high. Hughes has reached base twice on a hit by pitch and a walk. He also says struck out in this one. That pitch fouled off. Runner went.
That was a hit and run with a fastball that was upstairs, and a very good job by Hal Hughes doing whatever he could with a pitch that was well out of the strike zone to make sure he fouled it off and didn't leave the base runner out to dry.
A ball and a strike to Hughes. Walters, a look at first, now working out of the stretch. As that one is lifted to right field. Kernan charging, but it drops in front of him. Now Kernan loses it. Preisner heads to third, the throw inaccurate. So a single from Hal Hughes that drops into right field puts runners on the corners with 1 out. And Harwich is trying to add to a 4-2 lead yet again. Threatening on the bases. It feels like it's been that way every inning tonight, Nick.
That is absolutely right. Gatemen have really not had a clean inning so far. Base runners across the board, left and right, from the first all the way into the 7th. And it is a miracle that to this point only 4 runs have come across for the Mariners.
Preisner's advance to third given to him on an error by Cade Kern. Just got that from our official score. Back to the top of the lineup with Tatum Levins, who takes the first pitch low for ball 1.
Well, that ball was off the bat of Hughes, was down the line. It fell in for a base hit, so they give him a hit there, but Kern had a little bit of trouble with it in the corner, and when he did, Preisner able to round second base and move into third.
1-0, foul tipped into the mid of Frechette. Levins had a base hit to start off his day. Since then, 2 groundouts and a walk. He scored a run in the fourth as well. That was a 3-run fourth for Harwich, who leads the Gatemen 4-2 at the moment. 1-1 in the dirt.
Oh.
Great block by Frechette. Runner goes to second. Throw tag. Got him. Anthony Frechette showing off the glove and then the arm to second.
Well, that's not exactly the way you draw it up, but it paid off. Frechette took a stab at that ball with a runner on third. Never really advisable, but taking off from first was Hughes, and he was cut down after Frechette came up, found it in his mitt.
Wow. Big-time play from the catcher from George Washington. 2-1 pitch coming for the lefty Levins, and it's in for a strike. So Frechette blocks a pitch well in front of the plate and then throws a runner out at second all in one sequence, and there's 2 away with now Harwich having a lone base runner at third. Trying to add to a 4-2 lead. 2-2 pitch to Levins. Grounded, left side. Morales backhands throw to first on a hop. Despina picked it. 6-3 put out, and Despina snags one off the dirt at first. First Frechette behind the plate, flashing the leather, throwing a runner out, and then Despina making the stretch and the pick off the dirt at first. And the Gatemen keep it at a 2-run game as we head to the 8th on the Gatemen Baseball Network. (4-2) Harwich lead as we enter the 8th inning. The Gatemen get a couple of nice defensive plays to bail them out in the 7th and keep it at a 2-run game. And we've got the middle of the order coming up. Cade Kern, Owen Diodati, and Yohandy Morales, the 3-4-5 hitters, due up against Carson Seymour, who struck out the side with a dazzling fastball-slider combo in the 7th.
Dazzling's a good word for it, Jack, for both of those pitches. He was deadly in the top of the 7th inning.
First pitch to Kern is swung on and missed. Kern 0 for 3 with a strikeout tonight. Gatemen got 2 runs in the 6th off of a 2 RBI double from Justin Williams. They need 2 more to tie this game. 0-1, chopped foul.
Well, the big advantage when you have a 90-mile-per-hour slider like Carson Seymour does is he can go up and throw it first pitch to Cade Kern and have him thinking the entire way that it's a fastball. Kern swung through it and now fouls one off there and finds himself down 0-2.
Kern leading off the 8th for the Gatemen. 0-2, fouled back.
Kern has grounded out to shortstop twice and struck out. Been a slow night at the plate for him, and actually a slow few days. Ever since that big solo home run at home, Kern's been quiet.
Well, he had a 2 RBI single against Hyannis a few days ago, as that breaking ball misses a tad outside. Now a ball and 2 strikes to Kern. When he's gotten hits, they've been in massive moments, as I mentioned in the game yesterday, but the average a little bit below 200. You'd like him to improve on that. But you love his 11 RBIs. 1-2, slider low and away.
Well, if the Gatemen want to get back in this game, they have to figure out Seymour. He's a starter at Kansas State through 56 2/3 innings on the year. So having him close out this ball game for 3 innings is, or should be, easy work for him, especially for how he's cut through the Gatemen order to this point.
2-2, shot up the middle, off the glove of Preisner and into center field. Preisner trying to square up that baseball, and it just went in between the wickets, or at least looked like it. It might have bounced off to his right.
That's the second error on Preisner of the night. There's a throwing error in the first inning that put Yohandy Morales on second. Excuse me, that was in the second inning. And right there, just a ground ball that got right through him.
The Gatemen will take it because it brings a tying run to the plate with Owen Diodati, who's 2 for 3 with 2 base hits. He's hit 4 long balls this season. That's tied for second in the Cape League. Haven't seen one since a solo homer against YD on June 30th. First pitch to him is a fastball high and tight. 1-0.
Well, this is the matchup I've been waiting to see all night. Probably the best arm for Harwich and the best hitter for Wareham. These two guys, very good in their respective categories. And we'll see who wins this battle here.
Nobody out in the top of the 8th. Kern on first. 1-0 pitch missed inside.
Diodati with the advantage now, 2-0.
Harwich led 4-0 after 4. They scored 1 in the 3rd and then 3 in the 4th after 4 straight batters were walked in the inning. Gatemen got 2 back in the 6th and now have the tying run at the plate with Diodati. 2-0 fastball, and there's a strike.
Fastball from Seymour is sinking hard. Moving all down in the zone as it moves its way toward the plate.
Two-one, swung on and missed. That one at 96 got by Diodati.
And he just shrugs toward the dugout like, what am I supposed to do with that? Actually called time before that, or tried to call time. Of course, it's not up to the batter, so he asked the umpire for time, didn't get it, and was late on the pitch, so it's now 2-2.
Seymour from the stretch. The pitch missed inside. Full count now for Owen Diodati. This is a big pitch coming up, Nick, with the Gatemen behind 2. And still nobody out in the 8th. Kern reached on an error. If you can get Diodati aboard as well, you've got something going against Seymour, who's looked pretty much untouchable through 4 batters. Payoff pitch. Kern goes. Pitch missed inside. Or excuse me, called strike 3. Kern reaches second safely on the throw. So kind of an awkward sequence. That was an extremely late strike 3 call.
Well, it's taken me the whole game to figure it out, but now I know why we've had so much trouble with the strike 3 calls. It's because the home plate umpire, Joseph Hilton, doesn't motion with his hands when he calls strike 3. So he makes the call, and then about 3 seconds later, he'll make some kind of hand sign to call a batter out on strikes, but we can't always hear it from where we are. Just the batter and the catcher really have an idea. And now they're gonna meet in the middle of the field, the umpires are, and they're going to talk about, I believe, Cade Kern going to second base. They're going to call him safe. Not sure what they were discussing exactly.
I don't know.
So they were discussing interference on Diodati. That I mean, makes sense in the situation, but not from what I saw. He was called out on strikes and headed back to the dugout right away. Kern was into second base standing up on the pitch that struck out Diodati, so that'll bring up Yohandy Morales for the 4th time tonight.
So a lot to sort out, but Kern on second with 1 away in the top of the 8th. Harwich up 2. Tying run still at the plate for the Gatemen. And this time it's Yohandy Morales who takes a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Morales having a nice night so far. A base hit in the 2nd, and he's drawn 2 walks since then. Scored a run in the 6th as well. (1-0). Fastball in for a strike. So Seymour's been sitting about 94 to 96, Nick. Right where the scouting report had him at. Slight breeze into left field. Seymour tall at the mound. 1-1 to Morales. And there's another strike. Yet another fastball at 96.
Well, Seymour's just starting to work into it now. And just pumping fastballs into the zone. Nobody from the Gatemen has been able to barrel it up yet, so why do anything else if you're number 8 for the Harwich Mariners?
Kern with a big lead off of second. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Morales chased a breaking ball, and that's now 5 strikeouts for Seymour.
Well, Yohandy was thinking the same thing that I was. Why do anything else? And that's what makes it fun for a guy like Carson Seymour, who can pull the string on you at any time with a 90-mile-per-hour slider and put away the second hitter of the inning for the Gatemen.
Justin Williams comes to the plate now. Had the 2 RBI double that brought in the only 2 runs of the game for the Gatemen in the 6th. And he's got Kern on second now. With the Gatemen behind 4-2 and 2 outs on the board in the 8th. That pitch gets to the backstop. Kern heading to third. And so he's there on the wild pitch.
Looked like Seymour just lost his grip on that one. It wasn't even close. Hit the backstop on a fly.
Yeah, the first real miss we've seen from him tonight. And I think he just lost it, like you said.
Other than that, he's been superb.
The pitching from Harwich has been tremendous tonight. 14 Gatemen strikeouts on the evening. Seymour has 5 of those. 1-0 to Williams is driven hard into right field. And that gets down into the corner. Kern's going to score. Williams heading to second, and he's in standing up. 3 RBIs on the night for Justin Williams. 2 doubles, and the Gatemen are within 1.
Well, how about Justin Williams stepping up in a big way with 2 doubles in the 6th and then in the 8th innings, both with runners in scoring position, and he is single-handedly keeping the Gatemen in a game where they should not be close. Let's be honest, Jack. It has been a one-sided ball game across the board in favor of Harwich, but Wareham hanging around just as they did in Bourne. It's been a game that's been playing out very similarly with bad pitching, walks across the board. The Gatemen scattering hits, though, and keeping themselves in the ball game, and now have the tying run at second base with 2 outs in the 8th.
Jim Jarvis to the plate. Popped out to shallow left his first time up. And the first pitch to him is a slider for a strike. Jarvis replaced Brannigan after Brannigan struck out twice in a row. Came in with Williams on second and 2 outs, the same scenario in the 6th. Before popping out to shallow left. Has a chance to drive in the tying run. 0-1. Fastball for a strike. So quickly Jarvis behind 0-2. And he'll bring out the Jimmy 2 strikes approach. Choking up on the bat. And he'll shorten up his swing here. Big hole up the middle where Jarvis likes to hit it. 0-2, that hit him in the foot. So Jarvis heads to first. Now runners on first and second, 2 outs. 4-3 game. The Gatemen trying to claw their way back in. We've seen a couple games stolen from the Gatemen this year. How about if they could steal this one from Harwich? Angelo Despina heading to the plate, and here's a mound visit. Pitching coach Steve Gruenberg heading to talk with Seymour, who has finally shown some weakness here in the 8th. The Gateman team, Nick, that just hasn't given up. And Justin Williams has been powering the comeback to this point.
Yes, he has. Putting the team on his back. Now 2 for 3 with all 3 RBI for the Gatemen, 2 doubles and a walk. And he is keeping them right in a ball game that has been all Harwich.
Angelo Despina coming to the plate. This will be a righty-lefty matchup. Despina 3 strikeouts tonight.
And for Williams, it's not just tonight. He's been a good percentage of the Gateman offense for the last 4 games.
Yeah, he came into this game with 3 home runs in the last 3 games. First pitch to Despina is a fastball high and outside for ball 1. And tonight, he has brought the Gatemen back into this game. Harwich with base runners all over the place. They've left 13 on the bases, only brought across 4, so the Gatemen pitching limiting the damage. And the bat's starting to come alive a little bit. 1-run game now. 1-0. Check swing, back pick to first. And it was called a strike on Despina. Throw to get Jarvis at first was late. So Despina now has a 1-1 count.
Jarvis, not sure where he was going there. Wandering well off the bag at first base, but Williams at second keeps him there, so nowhere to go if you're Jim Jarvis. Despina with 3 strikeouts already tonight.
1-1. Swung on and missed. That one at 97, the fastest we've seen from Seymour tonight. I'll tell you what, it's been a tough night for Despina, but he can turn around right here with 1 swing. Has Williams in scoring position. Jarvis is on first, and the Gatemen are within a run. Despina behind 1 and 2 with 2 outs. Seymour working from the letters. Here's the pitch. Despina fouls it off, stays alive. Still 1 and 2 to the first baseman for Mercer. Second 1-2 pitch coming for Despina. Here it is. Fastball that missed just inside. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Angelo Despina. Crowd has thinned out here at Harwich, but they're missing what's become a great ball game. Harwich jumped out early with a 4-0 lead. The Gatemen have made it 4-3 now in the top of the 8th. 2 runners on, 2 outs for Despina. Here's the 2-2. Fouled away again.
He is battling. Give him credit. It's been a tough stretch for Angelo Despina, but as the umpire walks over toward the bad kids on the Harwich side to grab a couple fresh baseballs, Despina and Seymour both a chance to think about a big 2-2 pitch coming up.
Big hole in left center for Despina. Being played relatively straight up, though. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. Just missed inside. Great take by Despina.
Oh, boy. That was darn close. Good pitch coming from the Mariner dugout. Everybody liked it on their side. Everybody on the Gateman side breathes a sigh of relief, and we go to 3-2.
Well, it was a good pitch, but just a bit off the plate. Good job by Despina holding off. Payoff pitch coming. 2 on, 2 out. Gatemen down by 1. On the way. Driven into left center. And coming on his left fielder, Kavanaugh, and it hangs in the air just a bit too long. Kavanaugh gloves it for the 3rd out. Despina does a nice job battling back, but his line drive unable to get down. Gatemen do get 1, though. Williams, 3 RBIs tonight. It's a 1-run game as we head to the last of the 8th.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you. Located on the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Discover Keystone Place, the best option in Cape Cod.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris and Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris and Bullard by
We head to the bottom of the 8th on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas, 4-3 lead for Harwich, but the Gatemen starting to make the Mariners sweat a little bit. 3 unanswered runs, all off the bat of Justin Williams, who's driven in 3 on 2 doubles, and a 1-run game with Kavanaugh, Wilkin, and Beck, the 2-3-4 hitters coming up for the Mariners. Andrew Walters on the mound for a 2nd inning of work to try and keep it at a 1-run game for the Gatemen. First pitch to press Kavanaugh is in for a strike.
Walters ran into some trouble last inning, walked a batter, gave up a hit, but bailed out by some good defense. And to his credit, he had looked pretty sharp to that point.
0-1 is a breaking ball in the dirt. So a ball and a strike now to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh, 1 for 2. He's also drawn 2 walks. His hit was a base hit in the 3rd. Scored that inning, also scored in the 4th as well. 1-1, fouled straight back. But we've been talking about it a little bit, Nick. Gatemen down by 1. They've been thoroughly outplayed by Harwich this game, but we've seen the Gatemen outplay a couple teams this season and lose games.
Mm-hmm.
Be a great time for the Gatemen to steal one and get back at 500 here at White House Field. One, 2. Pitch missed inside. Got to the backstop. This is a tough part of the order coming up.
2, 3, 4 in Kavanaugh, Wilkin, and Beck.
And they've gotten aboard on 8 out of 12 plate appearances as that pitch is fouled back. Excuse me, 7 out of 12. 2-2. Missed in front of the plate. 1 hopper and a nice block by Frechette. 3 of those 7 have been base hits. Four of those have been walks. That one lifted into shallow left field. Williams backing up from his spot at third base and straddling the foul line in shallow left. He makes the catch. 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Gatemen down by 1. Brock Wilkin coming to the plate. Wilkin has an RBI on a walk tonight. He is 1 for 2. His base hit came in the 6th, and he's drawn 2 walks.
Mariners have scattered 8 runs across 7 innings thus far, like you've said, but
8 hits, you mean?
8 hits. Check that.
First pitch to Wilkin, fouled over the right side.
Those 8 hits good for 4 runs, but believe it or not a single one of those hits has been for extra bases.
8 hits. The Gatemen have walked 8 batters and hit another, but only given up 4 runs. I mean, that's impressive in itself. 0-1 is drilled into left field, and that'll one-hop the wall. Diodati gets it in. Wilkin has a 1-out double.
Now, am I a jinx or what? Harrison's giving me the stink eye over here to my right, and I deserve it. It was 8 singles for the Mariners to that point. Oh, my gosh.
And I think Walters is just happy Wilkin kept that one on the ballpark. So runner on second with 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. And Jordan Beck heading to the plate. Beck is 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the 4th. Also drew a walk in the 1st. Nothing new. Harwich with base runners in scoring position.
It's almost more comfortable this way for us now.
They've left 12 on the bags tonight.
I don't know if Walters feels the same way, going to work with a runner on second.
First pitch to Beck is swung on and missed. Walters had runners on first and second in the last inning, got out of that. Got some help from Frechette, who threw a runner out at second. Walters making his debut for the Gatemen. Working from the belt against Beck. A look at second. The pitch swung on and missed.
Evening continues to cool off. Those in the bleachers who have blankets and jackets have broken them out. Those who did not come prepared have gone home.
Yeah, that's pretty much been it.
The ballpark is pretty much silent to this point now. 4-3 ball game, getting exciting.
Well, not a lot for Harwich fans to cheer about with the Gatemen working their way back into this game. 3 unanswered runs over the last few innings. 0-2, fastball upstairs. And if Walters can keep it at a 1-run game, the Gatemen have Frechette, Fergus, and Troy. Their 9-1-2 hitters due up in the 9th. Potential to make some moves there as well. 1-2, fouled over the right side.
You know, still here are the kids chasing the foul balls.
And they've had a lot to chase tonight.
Battling it out for every ball that makes its way out of play.
A ball and 2 strikes for Jordan Beck, the right fielder from Tennessee. Has a runner on second and 1 out. Harwich trying to add to a 1-run lead. That pitch missed outside, so count even at 2-2 for Beck. Walters leans in. He likes the sign. Working from the letters. Now brings the glove down to his belt. 2-2, fouled away again. First time I've seen that pitch from Walters.
That was the curveball.
Oh.
That was the curveball, but it missed inside, and I like the idea from Walters. Coming in fastball after fastball, trying to change it up there, but Jordan Beck not fooled. So we do it again, 3-2.
Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Walters gets the strikeout, and there's now 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. Brock Wilkin, the runner on second. Harwich clinging to a 1-run lead. They would love some insurance here as Carter Putz comes to the plate. Gatemen have scored 3 unanswered in this one. All RBIs from the bat of Justin Williams. And Putz coming to the plate has 2 RBIs tonight. 1 off a base hit in the 3rd and 1 off a 5-3 ground out in the 4th. He's 1 for 4 overall. First pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. Runner takes off, and Wilkin will get to third.
That one, once again, didn't get far from Frechette, but far enough. Wilkin, so smart on the base paths, able to move to third, and now the ball gets by the pitcher on the throw back from Frechette. And Walters throws it back to Frechette.
Walters says, forget that baseball. We're getting another one. Oh, I like this one. So a 1-0 count for Putz. Walters needs this out to keep it at a one-run game. Harwich has a 2-run lead 90 feet away with Brock Wilkin on third base. The 1-0 is grounded up the middle. That'll get through. Third RBI of the night for Carter Putz, and that might have been the biggest. It gives Harwich a 2-run lead in the 8th.
Well, Jack, you said it best. That is the biggest run of the night for the Mariners. A 2-run deficit in the 9th for the Gatemen can feel insurmountable after they expected to go into that inning only trailing by 1. But the inning's not over yet. Putz now at first base, and Walters has to get one more out before he can turn it over to the bats for a chance to tie or win this ballgame.
5-3 game now. First pitch to Chris Newell. Swung on and missed. Newell 1 for 4. Started off his game with a base hit in the second, his first Cape League hit. Since then, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Here's the 0-1. It's a little bit low. Ball and a strike for Chris Newell, center fielder out of Virginia. The pitch from the belt is foul tipped into the mid of Frechette. 1-2.
Big hole at the shortstop position as Morales shaded all the way over to the second base side of the bag. He's playing over there right alongside Tommy Troy, who's in shallow right field.
Yeah, it's one of the few shifts we've seen tonight, Nick. 1-2, cut on and missed. Walters gets the third out on a swing and a miss by Newell, but a big insurance run for Harwich after an RBI single from Carter Putz. And it's a 5-3 game. 9th inning we go. Last chance for the Gatemen in a moment on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We offer over 400 different beverage choices on Cape Cod to quench every thirst, and more than 150 of those are low or no-calorie options.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings to boats. Village Signs has proudly served southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
That double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
Top of the 9th we go. The last chance for the Gatemen. down 5-3. After giving up a run in the bottom of the 8th, they come to the plate here. And leading off the inning for the 3rd time tonight, Anthony Frechette. It'll be Frechette, Fergus, and Troy for the Gatemen at the very least as they try and get 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead here.
Yeah, Owen Cody, the new left-hander on the mound, fastball, curveball, changeup combination, was able to pitch 5 games for Penn this past season as Frechette takes the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. But 3 scoreless innings on the Cape.
He's been great so far as he delivers a strike, grabs the lone inside corner of the zone. Count goes 1-1 on Frechette. Big hook. Found at the top of the zone.
That was a pretty curveball. And a bit of a velocity change that the Gatemen are going to have to get used to. His fastball is only about 89-90.
But running significantly from the left side as Frechette fights that one off. 1-2 now.
Yeah, they just saw Seymour through 94-96.
That one's drilled to the left side, picked up by Preisner on a hop, and he makes the play. Preisner ranging over up the middle from shortstop and able to suck it up and get the ball to first for out number 1.
I'll tell you what, from our field level vantage point, Nick, that seemed like it was hit a lot harder off the bat than it was.
Yes, it did.
Ended up just being a relatively easy one-hopper for Preisner.
Frechette reached out on a breaking ball, got it off the end of the bat, and not quite enough on it to get it into center field. So now Fergus squares to bunt and takes a strike. Just trying to get something going. He's 1 for 4 on the night with a single and 3 strikeouts. Falls down 0-1 quickly to the big left-hander Owen Cody.
When he showed bunt on the first pitch, but now the third baseman coming up to the grass, first baseman coming up to the grass as well.
Pitch missed upstairs, evens the count at 1. And now he blows a fastball by him. So Fergus goes down 1-2, just as Frechette did a moment ago.
It's been the top of the lineup that's really struggled so far tonight for the Gatemen. Combined 1 for 12 between Fergus, Troy, and Kern.
Not great numbers as another fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. The golden sombrero for Cade Fergus. The 4th strikeout of the evening, and Tommy Troy coming to the plate. The last hope for the Gatemen.
Well, Troy has had a tough night, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. See if he can get something going here. You'd love to see the tying run at least come up to the plate if you're Wareham. Give yourself a chance. Kern on deck. I know he's been struggling recently, but reached out an error his last time up.
Comes with the breaking ball there. First pitch to Troy, swung on and missed.
And if you can get Kern to the plate, you at least know you have a power hitter as the tying run.
Nobody aboard. 5-3 deficit for the Gatemen. Breaking ball taken low by Troy. 1 ball and 1 strike on the second baseman out of Stanford. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1-2 for the 3rd consecutive batter. Cody has looked strong coming on in the 9th to try and close this one down for the Mariners. Checks it up. Yes, he did. That's strike 3. So the Gatemen hang tough, try and battle back, score 3 unanswered before giving up 1 in the bottom of the 8th, and that is where it stands. The Harwich Mariners protect home field, win it 5-3. The Gatemen lose their 2nd consecutive ball game. They fall to 4-6-2. Harwich moving up in their divisional standings in the East. They'll move to 5-6-1. So a well-fought ball game for the Gatemen. It felt lopsided for most of the way. Finished a lot closer than either one of us expected, Jack, but Still the second consecutive loss for Wareham, and they'll look to get it back on track tomorrow night at Cotuit. For now, we'll send it to a break and be back with the post-game show. Thank you for joining us on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize
the Yawkey Foundation, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod,
Badger Sport, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys,
Fairway Financial, Ocean Spray, Seaside Le Mans, Rogers Gray, Franklin Sports,
Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce,
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce,
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the express written permission of the Wareham Gatemen. Use of camera or video equipment must not interfere with other fans' enjoyment of the game.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Baseball Factory is a company specializing in player development and college placement of high school baseball players. We care about guiding players to a college that is the perfect fit. Give us a call at 877-752-6025 to get started today.
Thanks for sticking with us on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Nick Magas here for the final time alongside Jack Sadighian. That was a tough one. 5-3 is the final. The Mariners take the win at home over the Gatemen. And this was a game that felt like it could get out of hand early. It probably should have gotten out of hand early. But the Gatemen, credit to them, showed some fight, hung tough. Justin Williams especially on the offensive side provided all 3 RBI and kept it close. It was 5-3 the final. The Mariners out-hit the Gatemen 10-6. They committed 2 errors. We committed just 1. So we'll recap this here, starting with the offensive struggles for the Gatemen. 17 total strikeouts on the night, Jack.
Yeah, and I just want to preface all this by saying the numbers looked bad for the Gatemen, but I'm going to give them a lot of credit. They battled back tonight. We're down 4-0,
Yes,
scored
they did.
3 unanswered before giving up a run in the 8th, and never quit on the ball game. I mean, this was the most lopsided game just from a viewer's standpoint. Us watching the game felt like the most lopsided game of the season, and the Gatemen were able to make it a 2-run game. So I give a lot of credit to the Gatemen. That being said, they just weren't seeing pitches very well. I mean, when the top 3 in your order go 0 for 14 and strike out 8 times, you know it's a tough night. 1 for 14,
1 for 14, yep.
and strike out 8 times, it's going to be a tough night. Really, the only bright spot was Justin Williams, who had 2 doubles, knocked in 3 runs. He was lights out. Justin Williams has been fantastic the last 4 or 5 games for Wareham. But other than that, Gatemen just not doing well at the plate, and the strikeouts have been a serious problem, especially with runners in scoring position. Bases loaded in the 4th, and 2 straight guys strike out after they were loaded with 1 out. Nothing comes across for the Gatemen. It's stuff like that you look back on a 5-3 game and you say, okay, Harwich missed a bunch of opportunities, but the Gatemen had opportunities too, and they've got to cash those in when they have a chance.
That's true. And you don't need guys that can hit the cover off the ball. You don't even need guys who can get hits, at least in certain situations. Guys are getting on base, and all the Gatemen need to do is put the ball in play. We saw that a couple times tonight, and the 17 strikeouts are a testament to not moving runners over, not getting runners in, and that's the way it's going to go. You're going to lose a lot of ball games if those continue to be your struggles. But yes, as you said, Jack, credit to them for continuing to battle back, and the pitching for the Gatemen, keeping it close. We'll start, first of all, with the pitching for Harwich. Giesting started it off, went 3 scoreless, ran into some trouble, and then his teammate came in to bail him out. The highlights of the night for me were Carson Seymour and Owen Cody coming in 7, 8, 9 between the two of them and really just shutting down this Gatemen order.
Yeah, Seymour might be the best pitcher we've seen in the Cape League so far this summer. We've seen some good ones, but Seymour 94-96 with the fastball, wipeout slider like you mentioned when he came in, Nick. He was tremendous through 2 innings, 5 strikeouts, did give up 1 run. It was unearned. And then Owen Cody did a nice job, came in, went 1, 2, 3 with 2 strikeouts in the 9th to close the Gatemen down. Gatemen were creeping back into the game, but those two made sure that Harwich stayed in front for good to improve them to 5, 6, and 1.
For the Gatemen on the pitching side, it was Christian Rubeck that started it off. He was, he had his struggles through 2 1/3, but got out of it after giving up just 1 earned run. Eli Saul came in relief, and that was really where the wheels started to fall off. 3 walks for Saul, gave up 3 earned runs after Chenault came in to try and clean up the damage there. He came in with the bases loaded. But the Gatemen pitchers, credit to them, didn't have their best stuff tonight across the board. We saw Andrew Walters look pretty good in the final few innings, but across the board, keeping that to just 5 runs is impressive.
Yeah, the Gatemen gave up 10 hits, had an error, and also walked 8 batters and hit a batter. If you only give up 5 runs doing
that's
that,
20 that's 20 base runners on the ball game.
That's incredible, and they just kept in the ball game. Pitchers never gave up on an inning. 2 runners on, nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. Did not matter. They kept pitching, and once the bats finally got going, the Gatemen were in the game. But those 4 walks in a row in the 4th really stick out, and that was the killer. 3 of those came in to score.
So before we wrap it up for tonight, I'll take you through the stat lines for some of the Gatemen. Cade Fergus, 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Owen Diodati doing his thing once again. It was just a couple singles, but they're starting to figure out how to pitch to him, and he has really made an adjustment. 2 for 4 with a strikeout, and the big man tonight, the one positive takeaway on the offensive side for the Gatemen other than Diodati was Justin Williams, who in the past 4 games has really started to turn it on. 2 doubles here, the only extra base hits the Gatemen picked up tonight. Also the only RBI belonged to him. 2 for 3 with a walk to finish his ball game.
Well, Morales not bad either. He got a hit and drew 2 walks as well.
So that'll be all for tonight. It was a good fight for the Gatemen. Try to forget about this one, will they, as we send it to tomorrow. They'll be at Cotuit trying to improve the record as they fall to 4, 6, and 2 tonight. For Nick Magas, Jack Sadighian, and our entire crew, thank you for joining us, everybody. Good night for now. We'll be back at it tomorrow. on the